Hi, everybody. Welcome to TVON. My name is Blair. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Thursday. So glad you're with us tonight as we get ready to embark on another fabulous shopping journey together. 3 hours. It's not that ominous, that 3-hour tour, not that one, but it is 3 hours, and we've got a great show for you. And if you feel like jewelry is what you would take with you if deserted on an island, well, we got you covered with all the best and favorites and new and exciting, because actually we even have something very important to tell you about tonight. There is actually going to be the world's rarest stone. We have Paraiba. I know rare is a relative term because there's a lot of rare stones out there. There's a lot of great, beautiful rare stones, but the Paraiba really does take the cake as far as what is happening in the industry, as far as who's really keeping the rarity alive and keeping the prices elevating by basically holding on to everything that's out there, which is very little. Tonight, we're going to take some very large stones, about 1.5 caraters. I've got several to show you. They're going to be on a discount. Listen, I know Paraibas may not be in everybody's wheelhouse, but we have a very special opportunity that even if they weren't before, this is as low as they can ever go by far. And that is really exciting because it's not a stone that gets discounted. As I was just saying, it really is the opposite that is happening. So to be able to bring you Paraibas the way we are in big sizes at a markdown like this with your 10% off is very exciting. So if you've ever been in the market for a larger stone, tonight is your night. Also, a Blue Wing Block D is here. We are going to have actually 2 different pieces of the color changing Sphene that we love so much. Oh, that color change Sphene. And you know what? I've actually got a pendant, which is how a lot of us prefer to wear it because it is a bit softer. I always like to point that out. It's a little softer stone. So if you would like a ring, we've got it. If you want a pendant, we've got that too. And we haven't seen many of the color change Sphenes. And then there's also a really affordable pair of Morganite earrings as well. That's going to be exciting. They're a subtle drop, nothing too dramatic. I know I've had a lot of you asking for stud Morganites. I've got the drops there just again. Very beautiful leverback style. We'll see those. We've got fire opal in a pendant. So a lot of pendants, a lot of earrings. I was looking at most of my first hour. It's going to be earrings and pendants for the most part. So we've got an exciting time and mostly one of a kinds, and also your requests. What they might be, I don't know, but I'm anxious to find out. So please let us know. This is a live show, so we can go ahead and take your requests via that phone number. That is the best way to let us know what you'd like to see. And I just saw my peripheral that the light is out. It was behaving itself until it's time to go to the product. Let's take a look at it. Oh, thanks, Andy. Oh, all right, so here we go. Oh, and I'm going to preview what's coming up this weekend. Well, as far as big diamond designs, I'm going to preview what's happening this weekend for you. Some earrings I'm very excited about. And we do have, yes, hoop lovers. It's going to be a hoop lover's dream this weekend. We got a lot of hoops for you. And they're all brand new. But we are going to start with coral. I always feel like this is, I know that gemstones have no season, but as it's, really warm and everyone I know is still on vacation because, I knew a lot of people on vacation last week, and then all the people that did not have a vacation last week seem to have a vacation this week. So I think this tends to be a popular vacation time of year, but I'll tell you what, I'm bringing you the Mediterranean coral because it feels to me, I don't know what it is, maybe it's just the thought of where it comes from and the harvesting from the depths of the ocean and the coral reefs in the Mediterranean that somehow takes me there for a brief moment. But this is 1120118, and it is our only coral earring in the house. They're extremely affordable. Keep in mind, we got mostly one of a kinds, so I do need you to dial very promptly. Please do, because I know I get all the, what do they call it? The, all the, I don't want to say backlash, but when you guys get, when you miss out on items, I'm the one that tends to get all the emails going, please give me another one. Lolo, go work your magic, help me. I can't do it. Not with coral, because they're just, do you realize coral is one of those that forget about mined out. We talk about mining out of a gem mine in a certain part of the earth where we have to go down into the depths of the earth. This is a little different in that this is actually from the Mediterranean Ocean. So we're talking about an organic stone. That's how it's actually derived. That's how it's made in nature. So when you say, I hope to get more coral, or maybe there's none on the horizon of that top quality. It's all essentially because it's not just a matter of it was here and now it's gone. It's a matter of dealing with all of the things that when you're in the ocean, much like mollusks produce pearls, but they're still doing it in an environment where it is, every time I come on camera, the light goes out. It's like, I don't know. But hey, it's got good timing. But it's interesting that when we talk about what coral goes through, and you know that ocean currents have changed a lot in recent years. There's been some differences in climate, so it really does affect how we see this gemstone's presence in our world. So it's definitely one of those that you're not going to see much going forward, not as another pair of earrings that we have tonight, but it's also something I doubt we're going to see much going forward in the future. So it's a good time to pick it up. Plus, it's that big presence with that large spherical style. It's actually going to be 11 millimeters. We don't tend to have a carat weight on a colored gem that's opaque, this being an opaque gem, but again, organic, and that's a really big size to get those fully fashioned rounds that it's just, again, not a cabochon, but it's actually the huge round bead. So it's going to look the same from all the different angles, from the front, from the sides, from the profile. And it's going to be in solid gold, white gold only, with that little bit of that fluted style up top in front of your lever back. Shall we get them out the door for a $9.99 price tag? I say let's do better. You might want to, and also always my tip, because people ask me all the time, I've tried to be shopping, but I miss out on things before I even dial in. The trick is, TVON viewers know, sometimes you actually have to dial in before the price tag goes up there to actually get in, because that way you put yourself at the front of the line. So it may be wise to do that here tonight throughout the show, because they're not $9.99. They are, as far as length goes, it's going to be a subtle drop. They've got that large bead, which the 11 millimeters is going to be, I think, really helpful to see them from this angle here, so you can really see what that's all about. It's a 1 1/8 inch top to bottom. This is what's called a lever back, so it's all one self-enclosed, all-encompassing style, no extra backings to worry about, got great movement there, and goes with everything, because this is the more red. They can be very light white, pinky light. They can be really kind of orangey, and then there's the best material in the world, and you know that quality by seeing that more red color. They're not even $4.99, nuh-uh. And this is really tough to do with gold. Of course, that's the beauty of it. These weren't made today, so that's the beauty of it. We can disregard what's happening with today's modern world gold pricing. Here's what they look like from a distance away, just on the ear, to give you a little perspective there of how they're going to look on a human being as opposed to sitting on a wheel. But they're not going to be even $4.99. This is an incredible value, 10% off everything you shop for limited days going forward. So this is a good time. Taking a look at them up close, and we will make this, how about not even $3.99? I'm here to move some jewelry tonight. Welcome into Thursday. This is our big experience, our big event, our big chance here to save you a bundle and move some inventory. So we're taking it pretty seriously here and giving you a better price than $3.99. It's only $299 for the pair of earrings you see there. Natural through and through, Mediterranean coral. How about $30 extra off as well? Boy, that's some of that costume jewelry pricing right there. It is interesting. That's going to be good. So how about an even better price? You're going to save $30 or thereabouts. We've got 30 seconds with those. They should be gone. And then, oh, the most gorgeous aqua. We've seen some good ones of late. There's another big aqua that has arrived on the scene here today. Oh, this is gorgeous. Then we've got any request you have, the big Paraiba wheels coming up, bigger stones. We got pearl earrings, Zambaran garnet earrings, blue zircon earrings. I have an opal pendant. I mean, it is a day to accessorize the other parts other than the hand. I mean, we'll have rings, but it's just such a great show for earring and pendant lovers. So you're in for a treat tonight. All right, so we'll move on. $2.99. That's definitely ominous right there. That's a great value for what, if I had to predict, and obviously I'm not going to take them out and put them on a scale and all of that, but with an 11 millimeter bead that size, I would say you're probably right around 10 carats total weight in your coral. So it's a pretty substantial carat weight. We just don't typically measure opaques in that way. So here we go. I have got a pair of earrings. Again, hopefully we can handle this. It's going to be a really beautiful Zambaran garnet round. We've got 2 pairs left, and like is true to form when I host a show here and have 2 different colors, I'm going to show you both colors so we cannot have to use your imagination. We just show you right here, and maybe, boy, that is tough to decide which one looks better, yellow gold or rose gold. This is 111-1296. It's going to be that love that we made them a while ago. That saves you money right there. I save you money on top of that. You take 10% off. So it's kind of like triple round here of discounts that we have going on. So rose and yellow, one of each color. That's it. It's going to be your, 5 millimeters. Another one where don't have a carat weight, but I got to believe those are about 50 points each. I mean, just give or take based on the 5 millimeter size. Being that garnets, I'm pretty familiar with garnets. I've shown a million of them. Maybe that's an understatement. So you kind of know the relative density of a garnet family gem, and then you certainly take into consideration the 5 millimeter round size, and you kind of figure they're probably a half carat each. Okay, so about 1 carat total weight here. Your diamonds as well. This is the really cool part of this earring, and I know it might be tougher when it's sitting on its side. It's going to sit upright, but the beauty of it is it's still that lever back style. It's a hinge. It opens up, it folds over, it clicks into place. So really simple and easy there, but it's also going to have the diamonds meeting up top. So where your piercing is, that's where your diamonds meet up, and then it goes open from there. And what that does is allow it to look like a tension set stone, when in actuality it's not a tension set stone. It's prongs, and it's got a triple prong and a basket underneath, so it is perfectly housed. But it is going to be that look like it's floating. I will show them to you on. There is one of each. Zambaran garnets are something that are color shifting. So you're not waiting or having to change to a certain light environment to actually see them change color. It happens on the fly. And when I say change color, it's not going to go a dramatic shift from a green to a red. There is no green, but there is a subtle red because it's got this purple body color and base colors you see there. And then it tends to shift based on the color or the light environment, how much light, what type of light. You can get more red, you can get more purple, you can get more blues. And really the dance of the rounds is what's showing that off. They're 3/4 of an inch in length. Let me show them to you on. Again, it's a really simple post backing. It's a straight post. That bottom portion in the back is going to hinge right open, and then it just snaps right in place. And isn't this a cool look? How it looks like that front-facing double hoop? A lot of times when we see a hoop, we see the inside out. You see something in the front, you see something in the back. This puts all the diamonds right up front. Give you the diamond payoff where y'all can all see it. And that's what's happening right there. And then, of course, that way that it drops with that stone, and that's going to be that center stone really showing off there. So let's go ahead and go back up close. That's the yellow gold I'm wearing. Here's the rose gold option. They are super affordable considering there's also over a ½ carat in diamonds. And that's quite a bit of diamond weight for an earring, no doubt about it, especially one where the diamonds are accents, not the main attraction. The diamonds are helping the Zambarans to look their best. So you get all that together, and guess what? It's only $9.99 for the pair. Whichever pair you would like, of course, you can see them right there and how fabulous they look. So really important style, $9.99. We'll give those 30 seconds as well. If you can never decide, let's say the whole gemstone color wheel is something you're always digging, and you're saying, Lolo, I can't get every gemstone I want. What do you suggest? How do I decide? I like reds, I like blues, I like purples, I like greens, I like a little bit of orange as well. Look at that. That's the whole color wheel in maybe the most fantastic style. In multicolored sapphires, there's only one. We very rarely see styles like that. That was a $5,000 piece. No wonder it's here. It's even got two-tone gold. So talk about your one piece that goes with absolutely everything. Oh, that would be it. So, right? The whole color wheel, but they're vibrant too. You get that really dynamic brightness about it where they're all so unique and so bright. So we're going to see that. That's all sapphires, by the way. Can you imagine? All the color wheel, I mean, literally, it is a color wheel. All represented with all the different colors of sapphire, and then you have the diamonds in the veil, so that's coming up too. But $9.99 turns into $8.99 on the fabulous earrings. Come on over and take a look. So last call there. Okay, so coming up, I do have more studs. I just want to preview some things because, as usual, there are brand news, right? It's a big Thursday night. Every single day of this sale event, which has been going on for a few months, right? It has. I don't know exactly when did it start. Maybe July, beginning of July, something like that. June, I don't know. Here's what I have that's new today. And I just think, first of all, I'm not a heart-shaped girl. You hear me say it. Some people like hearts, some people don't. It's okay. Very rarely are we indifferent about it. I got to tell you, I don't care that that's a heart shape. That is a stone that I absolutely adore. I think it's the prettiest piece we have here in Aqua. I really do. I really do. And I got to say, if I'm only imagining if you are somebody who adores heart shapes and knows how rare and distinctive and important they are, well, you got to be really amazed at this stone. Aquamarine, at its best, over 8 carats in size. You know what's one of the coolest things about it is that it is a heart shape, which is a rare cut. We all know that. But it's also the fact that it is, yes, the prominent blues. We kind of expect that around here. You'd be kind of surprised if I had a lighter aquamarine. All I really bring you is Sierra Santa Maria. However, that stone, with the prominence of the cutting, it looks more vibrant. A lot of times a heart shape is going to have some great dynamic cutting within it. This one, better than a round. I mean, the facet pattern here is really distinctive. Come on over and take a look at it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful color, obviously. It's really almost popping like almost like a blue zircon. It's very bright. And that is our Sierra Santa Maria. So we got the coral earrings, the Zambaran earrings, and now we bring out the fabulous heart-shaped aqua. I'm just showing it to you. Sometimes you know, we've got $2.99 items, they're here. But this is where, not going to be $2.99, but it is a very important brand new piece. And since it is brand new during a sale event, I get to discount it for you. And look at the big diamonds on the sides. Wait till you see this on. Item number, if you're interested, would be item number 112-9169. And it's a very important style here. Of course, now it's leaning a bit. It's one of those where it's got a balance on that triple prong design. Love that we didn't, you know, muddy it up with prongs. Sometimes people will do the heart where they put the prongs on either side of the bottom part where it narrows, and I'm not a big fan of that. I think it takes away some of those beautiful lines you have of the heart shape, so I much prefer when you see that one centered prong at the base like you do here. That Sierra Santa Maria is an 8 karat 32, and it does have 96 points among the 6 diamonds, so they are definitely important, and they are looking fabulous. So we're excited. We are very excited about this one, and it's going to be, well, one of our better values as well. And that's, you know, not an easy stone to make a very affordable price tag when it's the best aqua in the world and completely mined out. So that's going to be an impressive style with those big important diamonds with it. Let me know if you are interested, because I can give you the value of a lifetime. We do have an aqua and an emerald cut if you like to not have as much of the sparkle factor, you like more of a sheen rather than a sparkle. I can show you my emerald cut, which is also going to be quite a bit smaller, and that's going to be our 2 karat in the emerald cut, but there's just nothing that quite compares to this one right here. It's like looking at a blue diamond. It really is. It truly, if you've seen a natural blue diamond, I know those funky blue diamonds you typically see out there tend to be like this navy blue. They look a little bit like denim. Those are the ones that are typically irradiated. That's where they actually, you know, give them some irradiation, and I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. So I like to steer clear of those just personally, but obviously if you've got natural blue diamonds, that's a lot what they look like, because it's not something that we're all adept at seeing. It's certainly, if you've been to the, you know, the Smithsonian, you've seen the Hope diamond, I'm sure, or we've all seen photographs of important blue diamonds, but they do have typically in their natural state more of this color, but getting you an 8 karat blue diamond is going to be tricky. So it's the next best thing, and it's why we love our aquas in that primo mined out quality. We're going to do that one for under $10,000. It is not $9,999. Let's take a look at it on the hand here. I just think, you know, carat weight is impressive. We know that. I'm going to hold it. It's a few sizes too big, so I'm going to try to keep that level where it should be. But I don't know, just even from a further distance away, it just becomes even stronger, even more impressive, even more fabulous. It's not going to be $99, $99, or $8,000, or $7,000, or $6,000. We've had some big aquas flying of late. We want to make sure the one and only heart shape gets out the door as well, and that will not be $6,000 or even $5,000. Even $49.99 seems amazing. Let's not forget these are graduated diamonds, just 3 on each side. So they're all going to be very impressive diamonds and really a nice average, but yes, they start larger, as you'll see here when we go back up close. They start larger and then they get smaller. So maybe we'll just, we'll hang out here just a second until we can see it up close again, and then you'll see that those diamonds are actually going to be smaller and larger. There are 3 on each side. So one more time up close here, and then we will show you what we got here with that really stunning color. Okay, so give us just a second. We'll get back up close for you, and that'll be better than $49. Better. We're gonna make it a lot better than $49.99, and there it is. We'll make it how about $4,499 instead? You still get about $450 off that price, so it's gonna make it just a shade over $4,000. So a very nice way to go. And glad you're with us tonight. Hey there, Risa. Hi, we chatted earlier. Hey, Risa. I chatted with a lot of customers today. So when I say chatting, usually via, you know, some kind of what would you call it, electronic way, right? Through email, etc. But hey, Risa. Hi, Sally. Thanks for being with us. Hey, Eugene. Eugene's with us. Hey, Renee. Tracy's here too. Thank you all so much. You guys are so kind. Thank you. We're glad you're with us tonight. Let's do some shopping. We got some money to save you. And then my other aqua would look like this. This is more of the exact opposite. It's just a really beautiful emerald cut solitaire, and yet you're probably thinking, oh, how unique. They didn't do any diamonds. Well, of course we did. It's TVON. Gotta have some diamonds. It was so exciting to see our beautiful heart shape, but look at that. The diamonds along the profile of this solitaire setting. 112-6985 would be the next option in aqua. The only other option I have tonight, barring any requests you might have. Actually, I may bring out a round. There is a really pretty round. It was technically scheduled for another day. So look at this. There are options here. Do you want the emerald cut? Do you want the round, or do you want the heart shape? It's going to be, I mean, look at that. Now that's a wheel right there. That is something special. How about we just do all 3? You let me know which one you like. This is everything I have in aquas. Why wait? And then I know it gets tricky because you always worry about, should I shop that one? But it's hard to do when I don't know what's coming up. So here's what we have in the show. The emerald cut's going to be the $198. Okay, and that simple trail of diamonds along the outside edge. It's the profile. I call it the profile halo. Okay, it's got that extra beautiful design along the sides because that's an important feature. And then, of course, it's elevated so you can stack with other rings and so forth. We've got that one in 18 karat. So you do stack up a little extra gold weight and quality there because you got the 18 karat 198, 23 points in diamonds. As far as the middle, that's going to be our 218 round. Boy, that's pretty too. How it lights up, very, very nice. That's what I was talking about. The heart shape's dazzling like a round. Now we see it side by side. That's the 218 with 58 points in diamonds in the round. And then, of course, you know our heart shape. You just got to know the brand new heart shape that we have. Everything can be as affordable as you saw the big, you know, kind of the main event there in the heart shape being $44.99. Great value there, but we're obviously going to do with those smaller sizes, a little bit smaller price tag as well. So they're all one of a kinds. They've all got to go. Really pretty how that round is done too with that kind of, again, you see it's very custom. It feels like the appropriate setting, style, and mounting for the round because it's got the diamonds. And what they do is actually they, we're back up close. What they do is they actually go in these, like, think of it like a clover or like a floral. And that's going to be where you see those little concave details there. So everything is very dimensional and it looks very much like that clover that we see out in very, very high-end retail. We know that. So you get that influence with the round, then of course the pave, and they even did those bigger diamonds. And then of course the most simple of them all. So don't you believe we have something here for everybody, not only in price point, but also in size, but also in style, and just kind of the personality overall of the piece. Let's take a look again and give you the options in price tag. We know the right side is $44.99. That's all going to be 10% extra off. And then you've got the round. I'm going to bring that one down for you. That's brand new. We'll go, this is funny, $49.99 is what that one's slated to go. Can't do that. It doesn't make any logical sense when we've got this one for less. So how about we take this one under $2,000, not leave it at $19.99. We're going to go $1,699. And then if you like the emerald cut, it is the most affordable. It is still almost 2 carats. And wait till you hear this. That's not going to be $19.99 or $1,500. I know this is a lot to consider, but I know that also if you are an aqua lover, maybe you're not even an aqua, let's say, enthusiast yet, you might become one when you see the better material, like this year Santa Maria's. And here it is with 3 options. We're doing this one for only $1,299. And let's keep in mind that's also 18 karat solid gold. So I know it's a lot to take in. I know it's a lot of options, 3, but we've got $12.99 up to $14.99, and every price I gave you is going to be, every single price I gave you is before the 10% extra off. So that's important as well, okay? So $12.99 on the left, $16.99 in the center, and $44.99 on the right. Okay, so those are our aquamarines, and then we do have cornerupine today. We're going to show you that gorgeous color change. Do you think anybody kind of loved that little flash we did of the multicolored sapphire color wheel? This design right here, that is going to be coming up. We'll do that next. Haven't seen that in a long, long time. Two-tone gold, all the colors of sapphire, including paparachas, the classic blues, everything all at once. All right, we also have blue zircons, pearl earrings. They're the white pearls. We love some good white pearl earrings, but they've got a little extra beyond just the stud. So we'll see that as well. And a designer garnet pendant also that's coming up. 2 great colors together in one garnet pendant. Take a look at that. That is pretty. And it's actually, the bail is up top where I'm holding it. So it sits like this. And 2 pear shapes coming together, the mandarin and the savoury. Aren't they pretty together? So they are on the way as well. So last call, $12.99, $16.99, some great values, and then $44.99. You know that heart shape's going to go once our audience gathers. Let's take a look at this major, major sapphire piece, and it is just one for the ages. It's luxury. It's 112-1738, and it's one thing to put a lot of colors together. It's another thing to do it where it's not just really 5 primary colors, but you're looking at the shades within each of the 5 main colors. You got your goldens, your greens, your blues, your purples, your pinks. But that's a very, very pedestrian and elementary way to say it. Because within the green category, there are multiple colors. Within the blues, they transition so perfectly from one colorway to another into lavenders, into pinks, into reds, into orangey pinks, which, oh, that's paparasha, and into the yellows. Oh, and if you're saying, but interesting, they chose to put the citrus colors at the top. Well, with one little turn, you can totally change it, and you can wear it wherever you want. So wherever you want the bail to sit, That's what you do because the whole piece runs independently. So you have two pieces that you can see here is going to run completely independently. Of course, this is really awkward to do with a tweezer when I have no way to grip onto it, but look at that. So this is going to move all the way around. So you can position that bail, which is in the white gold, in any position you want. So think of it like a sundial. Okay, so you get all those different colors. Wait till you see this. It's a large piece too, and that's all baguettes. And then I'm going to show you, as I like to do, like to leave you with questions, you know, seeing things from a distance. This is, you know, it'd be one thing if you were buying like potato chips, you can just pick any salt and vinegar you want and move on with your life. But when it's jewelry and it's fine jewelry and you're to have it forever, I want to leave you with, you know, everything you need to know about your piece, right? This is a commitment to fine jewelry. It's an investment piece. Your family is going to have this heirloom forever and ever and ever. So I want you to be able to know that it's over an inch in, well, the inch diameter, but with that bail, it's about 1.25 inches. And then you've got that beautiful, it's like all this, it's really a channel setting for all the sapphires themselves. They're tapered baguettes. And then your round brilliants are paved in the white gold. It's going to stay as is, meaning 2 tones of 14 karat gold. 345 is your sapphire weight, 11 points in the diamonds. And I bet you we're curious to see what it looks like from a distance away. And it would look a little something like that. So a really, really amazing style and just such an important look. And when you're looking for versatility in your fabulous jewelry, does it get any more versatile than a piece like that? And even the way the gold, I mean, it picks up this shimmering effect from the baguettes, but even the way the gold is shimmering with the high polish it has along the borders, very impressive. Let's go back to the wheel up close and take a good look at this. And only the one, let's go ahead and send it out, stays as is. It can be right out to you. I can pop it in a box, put your name on it, get it out to you tomorrow. So easy and simple, and just some of the most vibrant colors of really all the sapphire world, including the pot barrages, and it's supposed to be $49.99. Mention that, we'll do a lot better. A lot better than, I don't think $5,000 is going to be what I or you define as a sale price. And when we got our biggest sale of the entire network going on right now in final days, I don't think we're looking for just a couple of dollars off. We want to see the dog days of summer complemented with some really crazy pricing, and it's not $49, $39, $29, or $19. And at $19.99, I think we're done. Look at the finishing. And that is also impressive. It's going to be 585 is the hallmark behind there. That's, we talked about this the other day, if you're not familiar with that. Not all hallmarks are going to say 14K. This is also 585. It means the same thing, okay? That denotes the purity of the gold, 58.5%. So we're going to do better than 19, better than 18, 17, 16. Who wants it? It's going to be the major piece in sapphires. We don't do a lot of these multi-color, color wheel designs. And you know what I'm going to do? We're going to make this really, really important. It's not even $15.99. This is before your extra discount. That's a lot of gold, a lot of workmanship. I don't know about you, but I don't think it'd be crazy to wear it that way for a different look. I like seeing all that gold finishing behind it, but let's face it, if we like color, and if you're one of my color gals, if you are a color lover, this is it. $1,499 only, and that'll be $150 off that price as well. And then you can watch it spin. Let's say one day you want to emphasize the blues. You put that right up top. It's obviously you decide because it spins right around, and then wherever you wear it, it's going to stay right there because that's just gravity for you. That's just gravity helping along. So, I mean, I'm not even able to really spin it all that well here without getting a grip on it. So look at that. You see how that bail moves independently, wraps over the design. So that's why that's squared off to really complement all those baguette cuts. I mean, that is versatility defined between the 2 tones of gold, all the different colors, and a piece you can put on and wear every day. Plus, it's the circle of lifestyle, which we see all the time in white diamonds. A little more personality injected when you've got all those bright, beautiful tonal colors there and ombre perfectly. So one going into another all the way through. I see these designs sometimes where they're not executed well, and it just makes me cringe because it ends up, I see what they were trying to do, and I like the concept, but then, boy, just putting colors together doesn't always work how we envision it. This is perfectly done. So very excited to have that, and it's mine. Yay! Who's buying it? It's Lauren Blair. She's buying it. I mean, it is going to be the fate of that piece at 8 o'clock tonight if no one else does. I do love that piece. All right, so this is our this one feels moody to me. And not like a mood ring, although, yeah, opals have that kind of feel to them too. I know some of you know mood rings, right? Weren't those the thing in the 70s? I mean, it's way, a little before my time, okay? Not way before, but a little before my time. So I'm a kid of the 80s, but here's what we have. So we had like, you know, Teddy Ruxpin, and we had like Super Mario and those kind of things, you know, the invent of the computer and the video games and all that. But here's 7001, and as far as the home computer, I mean, right? 80s, 90s. So here we go with our golden, really beautiful, rich. I mean, think of it like an orange opal. It's kind of like a fire opal. Base color has all the personality of an opal because you've got all the different colors. That is crystal opal. You've got the beautiful orangey golden base. That's really unusual. Opals sometimes, when they're clear, they don't give you any colors. And you're going, where's that play of color magic I want to see? Here is where you give it a strong base color. It acts as a jumping off point for all those other colors that you have. And it's going to be 7001. It's a 675. That's a big Ethiopian opal, crystal opal varieties mentioned, 11 points in the diamonds that are in that door knocker style of a bale. And it is going to be our 1999 piece. And it is fabulous because it's going to be a little bigger stone. So gives you the power of 675, ends up looking more like a 12 or 13 carat. And this one, well, we got to just try it on here so you can see all the details. It's another bale that moves the same way the other one does. So it's obviously going to move side to side, but you see how it's going to just really swing, and beautifully so. Because obviously pendants are going to move as we move. It's not going to be as something stationary as, let's say, an earring. These are going to move and swing and move with every breath we take and every move we make and all that. So this is going to be a really outstanding piece. And it's going to be our 675 with 11 points. Let's blow it out. First caller can have it for 777. Easy deal on an opal. You can also wear every day. If maybe the color wheel rainbow effect isn't what you're going for, maybe it's a nice way to go to get the crystal opal with all the colors, and then it's a little more subtle. And it's a little more, again, I always say, like, it is kind of moody because it kind of depends on the way you look at it, the angle you see it. I mean, the sides are going to give you all that detail as well. It's a little over an inch and an eighth from the top to bottom. Do we need rings? Are we ring hungry tonight? I know I told you we have all these great pendants and earrings tonight. Inch and an eighth, top to bottom. Here it is on the neckline as well, just to give you a better idea. And look at this. I mean, just even from right now, it's almost as if the rainbow walks right through it. It goes like, again, horizontally through the stone. What do you think? It is so cool of a gem, and everyone's going to be marveling at your beautiful opal. So here it is up close again, and only one caller will take that one for what will be $6.99. Oh goodness, well, come on, roll over with me here. So just trying to move that bale out of the way and ended up hiding the opal from you, but there it is. So that's going to be $777. And then we've got Sphene. I mentioned the Sphene ring, Sphene pendant, the color change variety, maybe the most unique sapphire color of all. Could be sitting here. And then if you're a fan of my Lynx collection, we have a final call. I know we won't be able to make the Lynx collection any longer because, well, we made it in a different era of gold when it was like, just go ahead and do whatever you want for gold and make things heavy and make things all important. We can't do that going forward and offer the same value. So instead we just start anew. That's no problem. It just opens the door for new designs. But the Lynx collection has a final few in our pink Lynx collection, and this is the pendant version. So I will show that, or unless we're done with pendants, I can show you this purple sapphire. Look at this sapphire. This is such a good day for sapphires. Of course, we're only a few days away from the month of September, and that will be a celebration of the September birthstone, which is sapphires and all that that includes, which is a lot of different colors. This being one of the more exotics, being a true purple in a large size, carat 82, we have on that one. So let me know if that just like gets you all excited, if it kind of makes you tingle inside a little bit. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to find that piece that you're loving on tonight. Maybe it's going to be this blue sapphire. Now tell me something. How many times do you see a true, honest to goodness cornflower? We got one. And I'm talking a 2 carat plus size. What about a fire opal? There's been a few of you looking for big fire opals. I got a new one right here. Oh my, cherry red. Look at that. That is a stunning checkerboard faceted fire opal. Look at that liveliness of that stone. Are we digging the fire opal? Man, that's pretty. And then you've got this one, the Sphene. I mentioned 2 Sphenes here. This is the round. That's going to be the round in the ring. That's such a pretty mounting. We haven't seen that in a while. That is actually a heart-shaped somewhat design. It's heart shapes on its side that encapsulate all those different diamonds in the middle. And then look at its, fingerprints everywhere. That's the pendant. So there's the ring. Here's the pendant, which I must say, if you want the most versatile way to wear a Sphene, and maybe that is, I know, it's just, it boggles my mind too. For those of you, if you ever share the opinion that, do stones just get better and better and better and better over time? How is it that I watched years ago and saw some remarkable stones, and then as I tune in every day, I'm seeing something that succeeds it, that exceeds it, that gets better, that is a huge upgrade to even what I know that show to bring. Well, this is really, I've had a lot of the Sphenes, of course, the color change varieties I launched worldwide in 2017, right here on this set. It was March or April, it was March, I think, March of 2017, that I had the worldwide debut. Still going to be forever one of the proudest moments of my home shopping career, which has been long and it has been illustrious. But I got to say, that was one of the peak and pinnacles. It was in 2018. Right thereafter, about a year and a half later, in December 18, I launched the Blue Wing Block Ds. But still, that was something we knew existed. We knew about tanzanite. Nobody knew that there was such a thing as Sphene that changed color. Nobody knew that until 2017 when I launched this stone here. So it's very exciting to see it now in this really amazing quality we have here, which is going to be 112-90-180. Okay, so this is the pendant with this. We're calling it Asher because, yeah, there's an Asher cut outside, but that is anything but Asher when you look at the inside and how that's faceted. You know Ashers have step faceting. They look like little squares within squares within squares. This Madagascar 2-carat 40 Asher cut has some of the most dynamic brilliance. That is a stone that's known for great dispersion, so that's what we expect. We expect a lot of colors out of that gem. But the change from green to red is an extra element, and that's what makes it uber rare. Now you've got also 4 points in diamonds. They're kind of ribboning their way right from the top to the bottom. A little bit of rhodium underneath that pave. And yes, it's going to be our one only. It is a major piece, brand new right now, and doesn't matter how brand new it is, still bringing you the sale price you want, crave, and love. And that's the thing. We are making everything silly affordable. Still have that ring coming up if you'd like to see the ring, which is a smaller stone, but more money. You may want to get on the lines here early for this one. I don't think this is going to stick around for very long. I just don't think it can. Here's what it looks like from a distance away. That bails up top behind your diamonds. That's what it looks like from a distance on the hand. Doesn't matter how far away you are. Look at that color. It's every color. Dazzling, even when it's not moving. It's all the colors of the rainbow all together. It's quite something here. And we have one. I know how many of you have been asking for more Sphenes. We've been without them. There's been nothing debuting in the Sphene category. It's at 7/8 of an inch. Top to bottom, here's what it looks like on the neckline. And we will go ahead and blow it out right now for the very first caller, and it's brand new and just absolutely stunning and one of the ultimate collector's stones. But also keep in mind that it's also really important if you are someone who is rougher on your jewelry, if you are somebody who's a little bit apprehensive about wearing softer stones as rings, this would be a good way to wear the Sphene, because it is, I always point out, it's a softer stone, so you always want to use a little bit of extra caution when you are wearing a Sphene, so that it is going to be perfectly, you know, obviously wearable and in shape when you take it off at the end of the day. So thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the 240 on down. No takers, no callers. Well, good news here. I got good news and bad news. The good news is I'm going to get rid of $59.99. The very bad news is I have one of these, not 10, not 20, not 100. And I know we don't sell 100 of anything without it being white diamonds. Sometimes it's a white diamond band and I'll have 100 of those, but that doesn't even happen that often. This is the one and only color change Sphene. I'm going to need one caller on the phone lines ready to go, because there is no way this is going to last, and it is not 59. Yes. Pendant is gone, the opal pendant, that is. So our big opal pendant, got it right here in my right hand. That's going over to shipping right now. Thank you very much. This is going to be the next to go. I don't have any doubt in my mind. Take a look at how we do this. For $1,999, it is $4,000 saved. And who got the opal pendant, by the way? Joanne, do you know who got the opal pendant? Who? Hi, Margaret. Thank you so much. Thanks for shopping. All right, so let's move on. $17.99 on the Sphene. If you'd like to go ahead and grab that. I have zircon earrings here. They're fabulous. I love these studs. They're really, really pretty trillion cut. Here's another stone. I mean, I had to be very selective about what I'm going to show after a Sphene, because quite frankly, most things are going to look rather dull. It has to go up next to this stone. So it really, oh, look at that. Nobody at $17.99 yet. It's okay. We'll move on. We sell things at the end of the show anyway. So here we go. This is the blue zircon trillion. It's 112-85-85. That is pretty too. See, this is the only thing that would be appropriate after that Sphene, because it's got a lot of brilliance and flashes to live up to. It's flashy. So if you are somebody who says, no, I like to blend in, Thank you very much. I just want to kind of blend into the background. I don't need anybody taking notice. I don't need anyone talking to me. Don't bother me. Don't talk. This is not your stone, because this is the stone. We were talking about blue diamonds earlier. Here's another one that if anything's going to be looking like a blue diamond, but better, this is it, because it's blue zircon, which is also rare. Zircon and zirconia are oftentimes mistaken. They are not the same thing. They are just not the same. It's true. When you have a blue zircon, it's a natural mine stone. Actually, well, I'll say it was a natural mine stone way back when. It's gone. Completely done Cambodian mine. It is done and closed and no more. So now we have this private collection that we bring out every so often. It's really rare to match up to, and that's why you don't see a lot of earrings. And even when you do, they tend to be bigger stones, really wild, $7,000 or $8,000. These are under $1,000. And there are a trillion that are going to work in, how many piercings do you have? If you have one, fabulous, it's going to work there. If you have 13, like I do, they're going to work anywhere you want to put them. So that's really the beauty of this size. It's that medium size. It doesn't have to be just primary. It doesn't have to be a teeny little stud that's buried up somewhere else in a second or third. You can really wear it anywhere you want. And it's going to be a carat 39, so that would be about 70 points a piece. And they're set in white gold, which is also really lovely because you have that setting. It's called a martini setting when you typically have 3 prongs in the basket, and that's what they look like up close. And if you think, oh, look, she just zoomed in, she got out of focus, doesn't she know better? Yes, but you can't do that any better because that's the zircon doing the double refraction. What you see is that blurred effect. If you're thinking, why would I want a blurry stone? Why do I want that color to be blurred or faded or hazy? It's not at all. It's that brilliance we love. Here's what it looks like from a distance away. Check this out. There's that again, keeping in mind it's going on your ear, not on your finger, but you've got that look, centered post, butterfly backing. I will pop one on. I have yet to take my own earring off, so give me just a second to do that. We will hold one up and you can get a better idea of the size, because that's really what's important as well. But that's going to be in solid gold, white gold only on this pair. It's not $9.99 as mentioned, going even lower than that. That's what they look like from a distance. So what do you think of that? Really good. Again, powerful is really the name of the game here. It's a really powerful color that you have. So I just needed to get that situated in my ear here. So here we go. That's going to be a little bit better to see. So there you can see I was kind of falling to one side. So there it is. So you can really see how that's going to face up for you. And we are going to definitely get them out the door here. One pair, white gold only. Again, no sizing needed. Pretty simple to put those in a box with your name on it. Get them right out to you. They're $499 instead, but today they're also $50 off. So they'll be $449 at checkout for you, and they are going back up close. So really fabulous way to get a zircon in that bright blue turquoise type of color that is happening right there. And don't forget, we are going to bring you a Paraiba deal. It's all of our best of the, I won't say 2 carats. We've got some 2 caraters that are going to be, in future shows, and they're kind of those collectibles, but it's really, really important to remember we're going to bring you some 1 carat and a halfers in that neighborhood coming up, and they'll be happening later tonight. So if you like that kind of color, but in a neon copper bearing stone, we'll have it for you. All right, so anybody who would like that pink lynx, I've got my last pendant here. And this is really the ultimate in rarity because it's also going to be, well, pink diamonds instead of white diamonds. So as much as we love the Lynx collection and have through the years, these are very, very saturated. This is my own line of jewelry. Yes. Thank you. And this is what we have here is really saturated. I went, the reason this took a while to create, because a lot of you had said, please make it in pink diamonds. We started with the ring, which was limited edition, only had a few. They were all signed and numbered and came with that documentation. This is actually going to be the pendant that you insisted we make. It took a long time to do it because I was really insistent on some very highly saturated pink diamonds. So 111261 is our last one here. There has been a ring and a bangle that have been done in companion pieces. They're gone. So here we are with 81 points in diamonds on 111261. It is a triple link. It starts with the bail where I'm holding it. That starts at the smaller link up top with the gold. And then you've got 2 mirror finished white gold links leading into one of the rose gold. It will be as is. The rose gold is such a beautiful way to capture and hold those stunning pink diamonds that are so saturated. And we're making this, well, $39.99, not gonna do it. Here's our sale event price. That's the inside. And this is a beautiful look. Again, no more of the Lynx collection being made ever, 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 amen. It's just not gonna happen. I get requests for it still every single day. Here it's been forever since they've been on the air. I'm amazed some of you even know about it or remember it because a lot of you are new since it debuted. And honestly, I get requests. There's not a day that goes by where I get questions about the Lynx collection. This is the last of the opportunity. So you've got a chance to pick it up here in that luxury pink diamonds because they themselves are limited edition by nature and they are natural stones, 1 inch in the drop. Here's what it looks like on the neckline as well. And then, of course, we'll be seeing it one more time up close for you. But that's really an impressive style. When you see how that's done and note the rarity, but also note the wearability that you're getting, I think that's really important to have in the collection, especially if you love the softer pink diamonds that I think so many of us do. Let's go back up close, not $39.99. That's the old price. Time to make it a lot more affordable here tonight. Last one available, and we're going to make it a lot better than even half that price at $19.99. Even better, it's that's a lot of pink diamond weight. There have been very few things that have nearly a carat of pink diamonds. You know that. When we have a 1 carat pink diamond individual stone, it's over $100,000. One is here and one is in a museum. There have been 2 1 carat plus diamonds in the pink color ever here, and they are really pricey, as you would imagine. Here's a way to get close to a carat in total weight, very saturated stones, doing it right now for $14.99. Of course, another $150 off that price for you as well to get that for $13.49 at checkout. What a beautiful way to get the curve link, which has become somehow hotter than it's always been. I mean, it's one of those that's a classic indeed, but we always saw it in necklaces and bracelets. And now this concept of bringing it to rings and pendants is really kind of fun. Yeah. Oh, good. Congratulations. So who's been shopping over here? Andy, who was shopping with you, and who's shopping over here? Sharon was shopping. Okay. Janet. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Janet. Thank you so much. Joining in on the shopping fun here tonight. We appreciate you. And you know what would go with this as beautifully as the pink diamonds themselves is the Morganite earrings that we have. I have some really pretty Morganite earrings tonight that are subtle drops. They're a round. We're into the rounds today. We got a beautiful collection of rounds. Already saw the aqua. We saw a quick flash of the color change Sphene. We're going to show you a round in the really beautiful Morganite. It's not something we see all the time. So let me know on this one, $13.49. And then we've got this pendant. Okay, so this just takes me to, see, when I see color combinations like this, sometimes I think about our favorite colors together. They're paired up. Sometimes they're for sports teams. Sometimes they're just iconic combinations where this feels very fresh and it feels very unique with that Sapphire and mandarin, 2 of the rare garnets coming together in almost like a circular style, but it's got a little point because you see it's asymmetrical. I'm just going to go around here and zoom back a bit for you. And then it's all mirror finished in the yellow gold. It's going to be our sitting like this. So those stones are going to sit at the base. It's really pretty. You slip your chain right through. There's actually 2 bails, so it's hidden, but you've got your chain goes through one side and then the other, and then that's going to allow it to look like this when it's on the neckline. So imagine the tweezers aren't there and it's instead a really pretty yellow gold chain, and then it just has this great drape, and it almost again looks like that kind of circular meets a pear shape meets an oval type of style. And it's going to be item number 112, 6620. It's a mandarin and Sapphire together. They're coming together as a pair of pairs, and similar and related as they are, one comes, well, in this case, out of Namibia for the mandarin and out of Kenya for the Sapphire. 2 of the premier options when it comes to the rarity of garnet. We've already seen Zambarans tonight out of Tanzania, and now we're seeing some of its neighbors, if you will, in different colors and yet ever so bright and so clean, which is not always what we see with these stones if you're shopping them elsewhere. Although they're tough to shop anywhere, I must say, because they're equally rare. Let's go back up close and take another look at it and get one pendant lover the pendant of a lifetime here. It really, it's just, everything about it just reads custom. You're not going to go into a jewelry store and find something like this, yet I must say we do have a Sapphire pear-shaped ring if you'd like a match set. But this is going to be $9.99 for the 2 rare stones, 70 points. I actually have different carat weights here. I have an 81 point on the Sapphire. So, yeah, so I'm not sure what that's about. But I do have 81 points here on the Sapphire and 70 on the mandarin. So either way, you're getting a good, nice amount of the really good garnet stones here, and it's $9.99 less your $100. All right, fire opal, anybody? Did you see that big fire opal? We do have that. And one of the pieces that I wanted to really get into tonight's show, which I think is just one of our loveliest, and I know when I saw you guys on Sunday afternoon, oh, did we have a lot of people asking about stones like this. Tourmalines that have the blue and the green. And yes, it's probably not fair to show this on a night when I'm going to be later on showing you 1 and 1 carat, 1.5 carat Paraibas, because this looks a lot like it. But my 1.5 carats are going to be a lot more pricey than the 612 you're seeing here, which has a similar color, okay? So we're gonna do this really important emerald cut stone. Check out how clean it is. And then you've got the halo and diamonds around it. So that is lovely, isn't it? And this is what a lot of you were asking for when our emerald cut. We had a whole bunch. I brought you 3 different options on Sunday. It was nice to see so many together. This is on the hand here. And it's gonna be 1125837. I'm moving in a quicker clip tonight. I wanna show you a couple hundred pieces of jewelry in our next 2 hours that we have together. So you just gotta, again, get on the phone lines. Do not be shy about these one-of-a-kinds. Get them home. But that gives you an idea of the size. It's a towering piece. It's an emerald cut. We're back up close. It's a 6-carat 12 with 50 points in diamonds. I have just the one. And I told you, a lot of pendants and a lot of earrings. They've been going. Time for a ring to make the great arrival here. And what we'll do right now is take this down below. This is outstanding. It's $59.99. You've probably seen it before on the show at that price. The fact that I'm going less on a sale event like tonight is, with that classic white gold setting, that is a classic halo, but it all still has to be custom made. So for as classic as it is, great, but it still has to be custom made to suit and to fit around that stone, because that's not a typical size or proportion for an emerald cut. And you're getting into the rare. People ask me all the time, well, why? I see some people calling them this and some people calling them that. Well, there's a lot of places that love to make up names for gems, because I guess the theory is it makes it sound more important and it gives them a story to tell. We are really, the Congo is a place. So a lot of times when we have a word up there with the stone type, it's going to be a reference to the origin. So we talk about Ceylon, that means Sri Lanka. We talk a lot about the Argyle mine, that means Australian mine. We talk about mines from really, we utilize every little corner of the globe to bring exotic gems. And then from those gems, we pick out the very, very best that we have. Those are what are actually shown and showcased in great jewelry here. So this one comes out of the Congo. There's really, again, a mystery as to how many elements are here making up that color. We know out of Brazil and Mozambique and Nigeria, that color usually means copper content. That has not been examined to the full extent at this point, because it's from a newer source. It's from a newer find. So we don't have all that testing done yet, and that takes some time, not to mention it takes a few dollar bills. So we're going to make this a Congolese stone that's going to give you this great chance to pick it up at $59.99. That was the old price. We got a new price, a really new, fantastic markdown for you, and it's not $59, $49, $39. I know this is a big league piece. I know it's 6 carats plus, but that in no way matters when you've got a sale going on where there's one mission, and that is to move some jewelry out of the inventory. If it doesn't go, listen, it's a great win-win. You either win by getting these great values, or we win when something doesn't sell. Most of the time, if you're in sales, nobody wins if it doesn't sell. I got to tell you, we're all winning. Do you know why? If anything lasts beyond the 2 hours of this show, anything that we have left at the end of the night gets melted down tomorrow morning. I think our jewelers are done for the day. I certainly utilize them far too much already this afternoon. They're done for the night, but when they come in the morning, this material starts to be melted down, which is actually a win. As sad as that sounds to melt down jewelry, it's a win for you and I, because it makes the new jewelry going forward so affordable as well. So it's actually a beautiful thing that we've got going on here. So it's actually always good. Sell or not, it's a good thing. But from a perspective of I've sold jewelry for a long time, and I know a lot of us love collectible pieces that have been lovingly put together. I think that these are pieces that deserve a great home in somebody's collection to be loved and worn and enjoyed and really appreciated. And it's not $39, it's not $29.99 either. We're here to move it. So if you'd like this one-of-a-kind 6-carat 12, it's down to 6. Just, you know what? I was going to do $2,888. Let's just go even lower. I think the happy price tonight is going to be $19.99 to make that yours. And that way, $200 extra off with our compliments thanks to our sale. This is only the biggest sale that happens every single year. You don't get a discount any larger than a 10% off deal. So it is really important to take advantage in times when nobody is doing that. Everyone, yeah, it's one thing to say, oh, look, we lowered our prices. And in the fine print, because we got rid of our gold and we went to sterling silver. That's usually how people are lowering their prices today. They're abandoning gold and platinum and they're going to sterling silver with a gold plating, just little coating of gold. That's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. And this is $17.99. And I'll tell you, I really wanted to bring this in. It wasn't even supposed to be in the show, and I insisted upon it tonight because that's how much I adore that stone, the clarity, the size, and the price tag. Because you know it takes a lot for me to like a piece. It's got to be better than just good looking. $19.99. $17.77 when you say yes. Better value. Okay, coming up, we got more on the way, and there is a tanzanite special tonight. I know nobody beats our tanzanite. Once again, today alone, I had 16 emails. I counted because I was hoping we'd have a tanzanite tonight. 16 emails that were literally just, think about folks that shopped here within the last couple of days, spent time out of their busy summer day on a Thursday afternoon to reach out to me just to compliment our tanzanite because they received one. And most of them were brand new to tanzanite. They'd never experienced a blue wing block D. And there were 16 people just today, and that was only before 4 o'clock. So I can't speak for after that. That is amazing. About just raving about this stone and the quality and the fact that now they need to know what to do with the ones they bought prior somewhere else because this is so much better. And that's the stone we're going to feature here tonight, a 622. Asher cut, and how about those stacks of diamonds down the sides? When it's on, it's even better because what you see is you see that graduated triple design after the halo. And what's going to happen is when it's on, the band itself is just going to disappear. So it really does look incredible when you see how the diamonds go side to side when it's actually on your finger. We're going to start at the top of the hour in 5 minutes with those Morganite earrings, by the way. So if you were hanging on patiently for those, they will be here shortly. Got a lot of jewelry, but again, what we have scheduled for tonight has almost already been sold, and we're not even through hour number 1 yet. So I really encourage you to make requests if you have them. I know, Joanne, you had an earring request, right? So are we working on some hoop earrings? We've got probably 8 dozen pairs of hoops. I've got a new couple of pairs this weekend we're going to be adding to the repertoire. So that's something to look out for if you're a diamond hoop lover. If you want something more simple or a little more dressed up, we're going to have some options for you. Now, here's a pair of earrings. I know, one more pair of earrings. This is just a preview that's coming up later tonight. This is the pearl earring, and we don't see many, and it's not just a stud. It's got this beautiful leaf design, this floral almost influence to a leaf design up top. It's 111-1141, and they are stunning, aren't they? That's going to be our white gold. They stay in the white gold, as you see there. They will have a 10 to 10.5. I guess one's a 10 and one's a 10.5. So that's how we do it. It's a great match. And then it's going to be 23 points in diamonds as well, all together with that pave on one side. So there's that left and right design, as you can well see. You see how that diamond pave side is a little bit taller. So that's, I think, really the design element is the idea is to wear that leaf design with the diamond pave on the outside of the ear so that it kind of flares out, frames the face beautifully. It's going to be a post and butterfly backing. They are substantial, 10 and 10.5 millimeter on those freshwater cultured pearls, still natural. Somebody insisted I turn on a different network today. So I did, because I was curious if I even had the network, and I did, and I found it. I had to go on my TV provider's website and find the channel guide and do that. And I saw something that I hadn't seen in a while. And it was basically synthetic pearls. And I was quite surprised. We know there's a lot of faux pearls out there, but these were synthetic. So it wasn't just like plastic. Simulated and synthetic are different. I always tell you, a simulant is just a look-alike. So like you could essentially take like a piece of cut glass and say it looks like a diamond. And then there's lab-grown diamonds that actually mimic the chemical makeup of a diamond. So that's the difference between simulated, just a look-alike, kind of looks like it, and then synthetic is when you're actually mimicking the chemical and optical properties of whatever it is. So there's a difference there. And there's simulants and synthetics. Well, there's a lot of simulated pearls. They're usually, you know, plastic and all different types of materials that are just meant to look like pearls. And this was a synthetic version. I was just baffled. So again, there's all kinds of technology that's really invading the jewelry world right now that's making things a little different. What we're going to do is, let me pop one on the ear for you, but first to the hand we go. So you can see the link that it's going to give, and that's going to be, isn't that pretty? And it almost reminds me in a way, I don't know if we've got any Georgia gals watching, but it reminds me a bit of, it kind of looks like the way you would draw a Georgia peach. It really is what it kind of reminds me of a little bit, without being that proper color there, but you can see 3/4 of an inch top to bottom. I'll pop one on the ear for you. So again, they can be open to interpretation, a little more floral, a little bit more, they certainly feel very designer at this point too. They almost look like a butterfly up top. So just putting it where the post is, and so you can see how they're going to look from a distance away. But that is, they're not actually in the yellow gold, they're actually in white gold. So yeah, there's a little bit of glare off the surface of the material, but it's actually going to be white gold. So your eyes do not deceive you. They do stay in the white gold. Let's go back to the wheel, and then I'll show you what we can do here on the price tag. Some great natural color, and again, so cultured pearls are not faux. They're still a natural pearl. They were just, again, cultured. So that's what that means, where, you know, you basically culture them, which means that you inject an irritant into the mollusk and give it a little bit of help, and then you let the pearl do what it does. We've got some stud earrings coming out next for our requester, and who was that? Hi, Maria. So she wants a smaller stud? You got it. All right, Maria, we'll show those next. In the meantime, $699 gets you the earrings that you see there. So one pair only, staying in the white gold, and $699 for our fabulous pearl earrings. A subtle drop. I would say they're more of a button style. That's really where they're intended to be. And what we'll do here, since we're only 90 seconds away from the top of the hour, I do have those Morganite earrings coming out, but let's bring the gorgeous diamond studs, because I think they would be beautiful for gifting and really good for a lot of us who do want a smaller, very wearable earring. We don't see those happen very often anymore in the world of diamonds. Even here, we don't see a lot of diamond studs. We don't bring them out much anymore because, well, it's hard to make new ones with the price of diamonds going up. So we'll talk about those at our top of the hour, which is 1 minute from now. So how about 60 seconds to get the pearls? By the way, if you're not familiar, $699 with your 10% off comes down to $629 for the earring. So they're very well done, and they have a great designer quality about them. There's that more substantial gold up top, one side mirror finished, one side is diamonds. This one looks darker, but it's just the glare it's picking up because it's reflecting what's in front of it. So you can see right there. See how it acts as a mirror? There's the pearl right in front of it there. So do not worry, they are a match. You've still got some great luster, some ivory tones to the pearl. I love when a pearl is not stark white, because to me that's what looks like faux, is when they're stark white. It tends to look a little bit like fake. I love when pearls are really in their natural quality, or more of an ivory color. And then what you look for in a good pearl is having some different soft pastels. Think about a watercolor. It's almost as if they did like a watercolor wash over the surface. That's the luster that really contributes to the value of a pearl. All right, so our top of the hour is arriving here in 10 seconds. You know what else is here tonight is a Fawn diamond. I had one champagne that was rather large last night. I do have a beautiful champagne diamond tonight. So that will be here in a really pretty Stardust type style mounting. All right, next up is going to be our pearl into our diamonds. Gosh, if only we could have the rights to Prince's song, Diamonds and Pearls, one of my favorites. Let's take a look at these, because that's what we are featuring for the next couple of seconds. It is a beauty. Look at that. That is, first of all, I love that we have a couple options to show you, because these are just out of the inventory. This was not planned for the night. This is just a really quick request we got from a shopper watching. Perfect. We bring out what we have, 28 points. I will tell you, the next option and size up we have in diamond studs would be a 1 carat. So this is definitely the more affordable way to go. I don't even think the 1 carats are actually in stock at the moment. So welcome to the show, everybody. Glad you're with us tonight. It's Thursday. We are live. So excited to have your company. No fun to do it without you. So it's always a nice, pleasant evening that we get to spend together. And we've got 2 hours left to do it. If there's anything I can help you with, my name is Lauren. We'll be able to help you. That's my phone number right there. You can call us and approach us anytime during the show. Make requests, just as Maria did for some diamond studs. And luckily, Maria, we've got them. They are 28 points in diamond studs. That means 14 points. May not sound like a big deal until you realize, but they're still VS diamonds, and they're still set in a 14 karat gold mounting that by itself, in today's day and age, when I started in this business, you could go buy a finding like that with just the gold, and you could spend a couple $100. Today, it's very different, and that's a function of gold. So when gold goes crazy, gold findings do too, as makes sense because we're dealing in gold. So here we are with the stud earring, 1110417. Let us know. A beautiful selection of pieces available from the first hour. If you have any questions or need to see something again, we'll be happy to bring them back out. But let's take a good look here at these diamond studs that are really that great mid-sized diamond stud, not too large, could be worn in the primary. Or if you are like many these days, it seems like that idea of multiple piercings is really not going anywhere, and we're seeing all different folks that decide to do that. So this is where, again, it's a great size for versatility to stack on up the ear. And it's just a wonderful value. And are we just, okay, so white gold, yellow gold, and rose gold. Just making sure we had the white gold available somewhere. Maybe no access to it on this in-demand request, but we will bring the white gold for you if you'd like to get those. So we've got the findings ready to go, 28 points, 14 points each. You can see how bright and brilliant they are, and bringing you an amazing value. It is what we love to do, even on such important diamond studs as what we have here. Maria, do you love them? I sure hope so. The next size up gets really big. This is our VS Round Brilliant. It is done in fine gold. You've got the 4-prong basket style. Notice they don't look like starter piercings. They have that lower profile basket. I appreciate, because I don't want I've got a lot of earrings. I do not want them catching on everything. So much about an earring is, sure, we want it to look great from the front, but it's also so important how it sits in the ear. Really nice to have a lower profile stud earring, something that doesn't get in the way of other earrings and things like that. Hold on one second, guys. I was gonna try to pop it in, but it's gonna be tough to do without a backing. So I'll just hold it up. I like to give you a reference point here of what they look like, because that's important. Always wanna make sure you know what to expect when they get home, okay? Take a look at that. That's what they look like from a distance. If you are wearing it centered up, which is why I think it'd be also really beautiful in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 10th, 20th piercings, what have you, men's or ladies as well, and a beautiful look. Even, let's face it, some people have piercings other places of the body, like the nose, and this would work as well. So I don't know if we got, don't call me crazy, but a lot of people, you need fine jewelry there too. So that's an option where that size, I can't say that about all our sizes, but if you've got lip piercings and nose piercings and things like that, that would be a style that may work for you. Let's do under $1,000, not even $999. The findings themselves are about 500 bucks. So that's really something to consider when I'm taking them less than $500. And if there was ever a time, there's so many people that have asked recently, I'm loving the sale. That's what I hear a lot of feedback about. We love the sale, but I'm doing some shopping. I want to get in, ahead of the whole shopping game for the holidays. What would be the ultimate gift-giving idea if I want to get 3 of something, 4 of something, the daughters, the granddaughters, the nieces, the best friends, the sisters, whoever it is? This is a pretty classic style that even if somebody already has a stud, do they have a VS diamond in 14 karat solid gold to wear and be proud of every single day? I already mentioned that the $499 would be the finding itself in the wholesale environment today. I can speak well on the topic. I'm in the wholesale world every single day of my life nearly, and I usually only take Sunday off, to be honest with you, as far as the wholesale is concerned. So that's really just, again, very important. Remember, $499 would be the price on the findings. I'm doing better when you get the VS diamonds in the center. So I don't know of a better way to shop for a diamond stud earring, especially with the sale event. You get this huge discount and you still get 10% off every pair you want to purchase. And it's not going to be even $499 for those studs. That's better than the gold by itself. Hear me out. $499, and I can only tell you the facts of the deal, the facts of the wholesale, not retail, not going out to some fancy schmancy designer, but going to the wholesale world where if you buy a tremendous volume, you get to buy $499 findings. Then you're on your own for the diamonds. You got to go pay extra for those. I will not do $499. I will not. I cannot. Not if we're going to get these phone lines locked up on a big Thursday night when we have been giving away jewelry for months now. And it's not over yet, but we're getting towards the end, and we want you to be able to take advantage and maybe even do some holiday shopping, because as the president of the procrastination, I will tell you right now that this is a good time to get a jump start. And you are going to be so glad at some point you've got those set aside and tucked away, because it's the ultimate gift-giving idea, because everyone's going to appreciate a diamond stud as long as they got their ears pierced. They're going to love it. And it's not even $499. Let's blow them out right now, $399. And that way, the $399, you get another discount there. So that's going to be down to just $359, which means that for a little over $1,000, you'd be getting 3 pairs. So for those of us that do need to stock up, I never buy 1 pair of earrings. I always have to buy 6 pairs of earrings. And then I'm still 1 short. I have to buy 6. I mean, that's, if I want to stack, that's what I do. And so if you want to stack and stack and stack some more, if you're doing gift shopping for multiple earring lovers, whatever the case may be, this is the way to do it. And they're $359. So you certainly can't beat that price tag. And you're not getting faux, man-made, lab-grown, or a gold plating. You're getting the best of the best. So we'll give those 60 seconds. Thank you for the request, Maria. And it doesn't, you can see we've got more than 1 pair, so it doesn't need to be just the requester that we're holding on to 1 pair for. And if she dials in, she gets them and nobody else can. You can come on in. The water's fine. The shopping is amazing. And the values could not be better than this when you've got solid gold and diamonds. And we're very busy on the phone lines because this wasn't even scheduled for the show. And we didn't have to, listen, you made a request live on the fly. Do you think we had time to run back and situate? Do you think we changed for gold today? Do you think we made an amendment to the price tag based on what diamonds are today compared to where they were when these were made? That one, let me just tell you a little insider track at TVON. A 1110417 item number. Hear me out on this because it's so darn important. And a lot of you watch the show and we see values every day, so it just kind of, it just goes over our head. And we don't take time to really think about that earring was first made 8+ years ago. That is a very long time when it comes to jewelry shopping, the fine jewelry world, what's happening in the world of gold and diamonds and workmanship and craftsmanship and everything else that happens. And to offer that tonight at a better price than it was, because that price $399 that I just gave you, that's a better price. That's a better price. It's a way better price than they were 8 years ago. And then today, if you shop them during tonight's show before they sell out, you get another $40 off just by virtue of the sizzling summer sale. And it doesn't get any more sizzling than those savings. Okay, do we have a question? White, yellow, or rose gold, all three options are available if you can be very quick on those phone lines. But it is a great pair of earrings that you can wear every single day. They're the kind of size that's also small enough that you don't always have to take them out. As someone who wears a lot of earrings, I don't have the time to take them all out every single day and put them all in every single day and do it 3 times a day, because I tend to wear 3 different outfits a day because you got different things going on. So it's when you work in this business, you wake up, you put on your gym clothes, you get to the gym, and then you got to change into like regular clothes, and then you got to come to work and go on live TV, and so you change into another outfit. So as someone who's changing outfits all the time, changing styles all the time, and going from casual to not super casual, but then more dressy, and then really dressy. It's like, who has time for all that? This is the earring that's so diminutive in size, you can leave it in and it's not even uncomfortable if you want to sleep in the earrings. Yeah. White gold to Maria. Thank you, Maria. And what about you? Really? Juliana also? They're loving the white gold they cannot see. Yes, exactly. I know. I would do the same thing, gals. I would. Juliana and Maria, they have the right idea. They're saying, I'm going to go with the white gold. I always recommend the white gold. If given a choice, when it comes to our white diamonds, go with the white gold. It's the best way to show off the quality of the stones. All right, so last call on the earrings. Thank you all so much. I'm so glad we had them. Maria, thank you for that request, because look at all the other folks you're helping out here as well who are excited to get these earrings. And so, and whether they're for gifts, maybe it's a daughter or granddaughter's first pair of fine jewelry. Is there a better way to start than a stud earring? Maybe she just got her ears pierced, and once those starters come out, you still want to stay. You still want to stay with a finer, type of metal. I don't think you want to go straight to stainless, rather the coated things and all those faux. I think you really, especially with a newer piercing, I can speak, I've had a lot of piercings through the years. I got to say, you want to stay with something that is fine jewelry. And so for, especially with the younger gals who may not be used to it, we don't know how they're going to react to alloys yet. Nice to have the fine jewelry. Listen, and if she's really maybe a teen and you're worried, I'm not going to go out and spend $10,000 on a stud and gift them to someone who's, starting with jewelry for the first time, because it would be really tragic if they were to lose one. And I'm not saying we want to lose our gorgeous 28-point diamond studs, but it's $399. $359 at checkout. It's not going to be the end of the world where you're never going to be able to replace it. And that's the beauty of this earring. And if you need more than one pair, like I said, I'm always buying 6 and 7 pairs of earrings just to accommodate what I've got going on for the earscape. So this makes it a lot more affordable to do that when they're $359 a pair. So our next presentation, I was going to do, I still think we got to show these beautiful Morganites. I told you it was an earring-centric kind of night. Look at the Morganites that really look like pink diamonds because they are the rounds. So we will show those to you. Let's take a little earring break though and just show this amazing sapphire. It's 8686. I am really proud of what we are about to bring out here. This is very, very important. And what can we say? If you've got a request like Maria, please don't be hesitant or shy at all about just dialing into that phone number and getting your requests in. You never know what we might be able to bring out. Might be the perfect piece, and certainly I know it's going to be a deal and on sale because that's what I'm doing all night long. But here's 112-8686. It's a brand new sapphire, and it's big. It's a big one. It's a big blue, and it's got the 2-carat 01 size in a beautiful cornflower blue. And it's got a lot going on beyond that too. Diamond baguettes, diamond round brilliance, 2 carats 01 in the oval, 30 points in the diamonds as well. And you just can't beat it. I'm going to need to know what you need to do here is for the price tag, because this is one of those real big stones that we don't see a lot of. And the last time I had a blue sapphire that was large, it was a 2 carat. And the 2 carat got a little pricey. The 2 carat, rather a 4 carat, we had the 4 carat heart shape, then we had the 2 carat the other day. The problem was the 4 carat's 10 grand and the 2 carat is 7,500. So it makes it a little tougher to jump into that world of bigger sapphires. Knowing, of course, that September is just a few days away. Here we are in the last final push of August, getting close to Labor Day, thinking about, and that's going to be, again, you got very limited time here. Summer is kind of coming to its unofficial end here. So we are really ready. These discounts, as much as we have loved them and enjoyed this time discounting, it's not forever. So we want to make sure you're aware of that as we take a look, because even a 201 discounting something like that should not be happening. And we're going to take it better than $3,999. Already a stellar price tag on a very large blue sapphire. That's the key here. It's a large stone. It's a significant size. It's got a great color and clarity to it as well. This cannot be something that we just brush past and say, oh, look, there it is, another sapphire. Look what it does. I'm going to show you from a distance. Watch this, because that's where they often fail. Even a sapphire can look really good when you're right up close and blasting light through it. And then from a distance, it turns dark navy blue black. Look at how this stone just still brings the brightness. That is lovely. It's not going to be $39.99. This is one of the better values I've ever been able to bring in a sapphire. You are in for a treat here tonight on this one, especially if it has been, I mean, if you've been scouting them, you know exactly what happens to larger sapphires. You know exactly what to expect. You know that these price tags, you know you need a sale on your side to make it more palatable, really. That's really what it's about. Just let's get you the great deal you need. That's all we can do. Listen, all I can stand up here and do is give you the best price we've ever seen on a sapphire of this size. And if it doesn't go, we melt it. It's really simple. It's a classic case of if you present it on TV and give it its full share and give it all the details and leave no stone unturned and give it the greatest value and discount as well. And if it sticks around, it ain't ever going to go. That's the whole idea. There's too many great values, and you guys know great values when you see them. There is nothing that I can hide from you guys on value front. You understand, you know that, you get it. You understand what pieces should be. You are jewelry lovers from way back. You know what's retail. We know what the retailer's doing. We know what the other options on TV are doing. No one's really doing fine jewelry anymore. I mean, who's got fine jewelry, fine quality? Everyone usually at this point, just like no different than they're giving you fewer potato chips in the bag and, saying, look, we left our price the same, and then they give you 40% less. Well, there's still a lot of jewelry out there where, okay, if you're just not going to give the values because it's difficult to do with the prices excelling in gold and diamonds and whatnot, well, then you just give a lower quality. Keep the prices the same, but is that a value? No. And we're not about to do that. We're not cutting corners on the quality. We're giving you values that are better than all the years we've been doing this, which is nearly a decade. So that's a lot of time. And to go through the industry like it has right now, see those really big hills in price tag, and to be going backwards on price like this, unheard of. That's why it's a great time to be shopping. It is a wonderful, I don't know if there's ever been a better time. And that may sound absolutely crazy, but that would be for everywhere else. When you're here, this is a safe space for jewelry shoppers who don't want to end up spending more than they have to. This is the way you get the deals and you have the greatest values. And it's not even $39 or $29 or $19. We've got one. Who's it going to be that takes the big, beautiful, well-cut, rich royal blue, not too dark, really has got that, I would say optimal is what I would really say optimal color here. And we'll do it right now for $1,499. $1,499 with another $150 off. And then we've got that big sapphire, that big fire opal. If anyone is interested in a large Paraiba, we got the 1.5 caraters tonight coming out to play. We've got a very large oval, another very large oval, and another very large oval. You're going to love them. So they're coming up for you as well. Very much excited about that opportunity. Some of our bigger stones on discount. We'll see those before long. We even have a ruby we always set up. All the gorgeous rubies and designer platinum designs and 18 karat gold designs. They're going to be here too. And we've decided to bring those down in price. I've got a rare corner rupine. We've got a good Fawn diamond and our purple sapphire. And I'm going to need your requests if you got them. Well, look at that purple sapphire. Flashed that earlier. Here's that gorgeous fire opal. Look at this one. This fire opal needs a home. It's our 815 checkerboard faceted, and it is just attracting fingerprints, and I don't even know how. But look at that stone. That's a good one. So that's that. Then we've got our beautiful Asher. There's the Asher cut. Showed that a little earlier. When are we going to do that? I don't know, but we're going to find out who's out there right now, because I'm going to bring out these long-awaited, much-anticipated, look like pink diamonds. They really do. You know why? Morganites are usually just peachy. Look at this. I'm seeing purples and ultraviolet blues and light diamond pinks here. This is what happens when you get the real top tier Morganite. It's item number 112-9184. I'm so glad to have you with us tonight. Welcome into Thursday. Let's shop. We've got some shopping to do. Shopping's only fun in my mind. See, I'm a shopper. I love shopping. Shopping keeps me going. Shopping fuels me. Shopping is my therapy. Shopping is my antidepressant. Shopping is my everything. It's my reason to live. Okay, I'm slightly exaggerating, but I do love to shop. And I got to tell you, shopping is only fun if you're saving money. That's how I believe it. I mean, you're getting something you love. I think that's obvious. You're not going to shop for things you don't want. You're going to shop for things you don't like. But if you're shopping for things you love and you get a great value doing it, is there anything more euphoric than getting a great value on something you want to have, and something that's actually, it's one thing, I'll take a deal on anything. It's great. You can get a great deal on laundry detergent, great. But when you can get something that's a luxury, something that's special, something that means something you're going to have forever, something you're going to continue to enjoy more and more and more as you own it, and you can get a deal on those things, that becomes important. Take a look at this. I'm going to go wild here. We've got our private collection round Morganites. They're the pink beryl gem representative. They're going to be 50 points and 22 points in diamonds. They've got this subtlety to the drop. I always call this the hoop meets the drop meets the stud, because you still got a stud element, because if that wasn't there, that's a stud. But because it's got that little drop, it's going to just elongate that round in the halo to go right below the earlobe. And then, of course, you've got diamonds the whole way. Lever back style. So that adds that all-in-one kind of hoop element that's going on. And it is fabulous. Rosy gold. We love the rose gold. They stay as is. There's nothing to choose. You do need an ear pierced. Other than that, that's all you need. 22 points in diamonds, and the luxury of getting what looks for the world. I have had pink diamonds over and over and over. I've got some studs here that look really good. They're $8,000 for a little tiny baby stud. They're like 18 points total weight. This is how you get that look. Spare yourself a lot of cash, and they are stunning. And we're going to do this really, really, really well. And Charmaine, thank you for your message. I just got it. Thank you. I'm so glad. I am so glad you love your new jewelry. Thank you very much. All right, well, that's good to hear. That could be you in a couple days saying, I love my Morganites. Diamond pink rounds, aquas and blues, supposed to be $2,199 because aqua's not a cheap stone. It's that real high end of the beryl family, and we're gonna take them down to an auction. I'm gonna see what you guys say. Enough of my pricing. Enough of TVON. Well, TVON's pricing has had nothing to do with what we've seen the last couple of months. This is about discount central. 3/4 of an inch top to bottom. This lever back style flips open, boom it goes. Got this exaggerated shepherd's hook, so that's going to keep it, and then you just literally pop it up, and then it hinges, closes, and there you go. Hard to do with tweezers. Don't try it that way. Here's what I'm going to do to try them on, and we're going to go ahead and auction them off with a $500 start bid. That's what we're going to do. And I anticipate a lot of activity. It's a $100 increment, otherwise we're going to be here till Sunday. So let's just make it $100 on the increment, a $500 opening bid. Because I was just thinking about 75% off. 75% off would still be like $650, something like that. I want to do better. So here we go. I don't like our price of $21.99, but I do want to show them on because I want you to see what they look like so you know whether to bid or not. Because buying something just because it's a deal, again, not the point. You want to buy something you love. Buy something you're anxious to wear and enjoy and love or gift. And there is that beautiful pink arrow. Ooh la la. So pretty, so feminine. And can I just say goes with everything? Goes with everything. I don't think there's anything objectionable to me wearing this teal color and having a diamond pink color on the ear. I just don't think there's anything wrong with that. Nothing objectionable about that. That to me is a better neutral in a way than a diamond because it's so not basic. We expect diamonds to go with everything. We love diamonds for that reason, but to have something that just sets up a little bit more exotic, is a little bit more unusual, is a little tougher to find, and it's still going to go with everything that you wear. Love that idea. Okay, let's go back to the wheel. No open. I will try something else. That is our Morganite and diamond in rose gold drop earring. Now you saw nothing too dramatic. I'm not bringing you shoulder dusters from the 1980s. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to bring you an earring that's 5, 6, 7 inches long where you're going, okay, Lolo, I can't wear that. These are wearable designs. Somebody asked me for something today. She asked me if I could custom design something. And I had to literally say no, because it was this massive brooch with a lot of very unusual aspects to it, and it would cost probably about $30,000 to manufacture it. And I had to say no, because at the same token, we are a nationwide show, and as much as I love to make things that you want, we have to make things that have a great mass appeal to as many people as possible. I'm never gonna satisfy everybody. I'm never gonna have the same piece of jewelry work for every single human being on the planet. But at least when we have something amazing like this, I do feel, just from 25 years of helping ladies shop for beautiful jewelry, there are certain styles that are a little bit more universal than others, and this is one of them. So as long as you can do a drop. But here do we have 500? Who is it at $500? Who? Philippe. Hi, Philippe. We have $500. We got our open. And now we may be saying bye-bye, because it doesn't look like a night we're going to get. I was trying this early. We're only 83 minutes in, so I figured this was a good time to kind of test the open, see if we have any participants tonight for an auction. And so far, after all that, one bidder. So it might be that night where we know we're giving away jewelry, guys, but at this point we also know that there's not going to be, and I am looking for $600, by the way, so verify for me, please, because I know we have a new shopper here, and I'm hearing that we're verifying they're not registered. Never mind. So we're at $500. Get them registered real quick. You still have time to do that. And this is the key here. Without a lot of competition, there just isn't. It's August. I can speak for a lot of years in this business. August is it's a more quiet time of year. So you're just not going to have as many people bidding or competing as you will September, October, November, December, which is really the heyday. So this is really a good time for me to be up here going, well, we're still doing an auction, still giving you 10% off. There would be $50 extra saved, so that bid would go backwards. We have 500, it'd really be 450. Let's give it a final look. We'll give it 2 minutes. We'll see if they want to go $600. We have a new register over here, getting registered as fast as they can. We will do our best to do that for you. But here it is for 2 more minutes, last call. That will be it. So our last chance is now. 2 minutes on the clock is ticking, and we have got to go. So this is your very, very, very last call. It's an opportunity, and we have not had a Morganite earring in a while. I know a lot of you have asked for different pink stones in earrings, like our Imperials, like our Morganites. Here it is. And when I say drop, it's not going to be this huge movement. They're not like a big chandelier where there's all these moving parts and pieces and everything's getting caught in your hair. I mean, it really is just that really wearable style. And we are at 5 with 1 bidder and 1 new register trying to frantically get registered here. So let's see if they can. And we've still got 80 more seconds or so for you to get in. So if you can dial in quickly, you will have a chance to bid. And we're looking for $600 to get going here. So that will be your moment. We've got a big value here on our Morganites. And their earring drops, but subtle. I love that about them. They're so easy to wear. And if you've never experienced that style before, let me tell you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. We've had different designs, meaning different stones. So we've had this look with white gold and yellow gold with various different stones like Sapphire. I've had it with Sphenes. I've had it with Sapphires. We've had a lot of different opportunities. Zambarans have been here. It's been wonderful because it's really beloved, but it's not every day we get around Morganite, especially one that if you're looking at that saying, I thought they were usually orangey brown. Yes, they usually are. This is our private collection pink. It literally looks like I don't even have a pink diamond in front of me besides the pave. It looks like a pink diamond. It looks like a pink diamond because you're getting a little bit of lavender, a little bit of like a periwinkle blue. You're getting these different tones of color with your pink as well. And it's not that peachy beige that's barely there like a lot of Morganites are. Instead, it's that really pretty, ultimately feminine. I mean, I've said this many times, and it's so true still. Out of all the men's rings I've sold, I don't think in all my 25 years that I've ever had a Morganite men's ring. I've had pink sapphires, I've had paparachas, pink tourmalines, rubelites, all kinds of things. Pink diamond, yes. But Morganite, it just feels like it's like the ultimate feminine stone. just girly and pretty, and yeah, really just there's something soft about it, and that just makes it so versatile. And it's only, well, we're at $500 with a last call. Let's see here. To think that it's going to be another 10, this is laughable. I mean, honestly, I wish I could buy jewelry like you guys buy jewelry off this show. You're probably saying to yourself, Lauren, you work there. At 8 o'clock tonight, I'm sure you can get off the air and buy those earrings. No, I cannot. A, they're in an auction they're going to sell right now. B, they would be a higher price. And I can tell you what that price would be, $21.99. So if I'm to buy them, $2,200. My auction, just on the whim of just a feeling, now we're getting a $500 deal. I mean, that just, tough to top. It's really tough to top these values. Do we have $600? No. All right. I'm going to check and see. Do we have anybody? I just saw somebody hang up. So they're not in. Do we have 600? Yes or no? Yes or no? You got it? All right, sold. Congratulations. Bye-bye. They're gone. Well, we're not going to have anything else for $500. I can tell you that for the rest of the show. That was not supposed to happen. So we also have a fireable pendant, too. I told you, a lot of earrings and a lot of pendants tonight, lots of them. So lots of great accessories to maybe what you already have. Let's blow out this sapphire though. It's a purple, it's a rarity, it's a cushion, and it's in a great designer mounting as well. That would be at number 1128243, and it's our 182 unheated. Look at that, to get that kind of color saturation and have it naturally occurring out of the earth. How about it? And then we've got a little preview coming up of what's coming up this weekend. It may seem far away, is not. Only if you are on my schedule. It's the weekend's far, far away. But for normal people, it's only a day away. So we've got a little a special coming up for you on a little preview of what's going to be happening this weekend in the way of diamond earrings. So stick around for that. Also, we have this amazing 1 carat 82. I keep looking at this Paraiba in front of me. I have a GIA certified Brazilian Paraiba that is just maybe my favorite design we've ever had. So I'm loving it. So I might show that just to give everyone a last little sneak peek before it goes back to the designer. But we have our 1 carat 82 cushion unheated purple, 93 points in diamonds as well, and a beautiful, bright, and huge. I mean, I know we brought the 2 carat blue. It's still hanging out. Now we're getting into a much higher rarity level in the purple. And to think unheated, well, that's a big deal because most sapphires get heat treatment. Even the stones, let's say the stones you would have seen in that pendant earlier. Remember we had all the different rainbow colors in the pendant, that circular style earlier here tonight. Well, that was still, again, those are like most sapphires, heated. Most rubies, heated. I mentioned them together because they're all part of the same. Rubies are corundum, so are sapphires. So they all get a lot of heat treatment very typically. This is a special stone in that it didn't need it. So we didn't give it, so it gets you more rarity. And it's supposed to be $79.99, got a better value right now. Here's a big one, an opportunity of a lifetime with a wider band, with that really pretty, I love the border. It's a double row, just doing top and bottom here. Let's take a look at it on the hand too. See what that looks like for a sense of the size and the scale. You can see what a nice wide platform of a band that is. And then the diamonds doing the borders, top and bottom, a bigger diamond weight that you have within. There's larger individual diamonds that are set within the 2 borders as well. It almost looks like they're free floating. They're not, they're structured under prongs, so they're not going anywhere. Please don't worry. That's gonna be something that's all set up to give you that look as they're floating, that kind of look of movement without. And we're gonna do a better price tonight, a really special first time look at it in this event. We'll make it just, you know, I was gonna do 45. I really wanna help everybody. 45 is almost half off from where it should rightfully be. I've got a better value. We're going to bring it on down right now and make this 1 and 1 only, not even 4, not 3, not $29.99. This is one of the rarest of the sapphires. If you're a collector, maybe you celebrate a birthday in this month coming up. It's called September. Again, this will be a great way to add one of the rarities to your collection for a September birthday. But sapphires are wearable. They are durable. They can put up with your lifestyle, whatever that entails. And it's only going to be $2,777. There's a method to the madness of that price tag, and that is that after your 10% off, it's under $2,500. So that's a better way to go if you ask me, and we're going to make it just for 1 caller, of course. And you do have the option of changing the gold color on that one as well. So if you wanted to do that, let's say in the yellow or the rose, you've got that option, and that is no extra charge to do that. So that's pretty impressive. I do like that idea. There's a great bracelet here with a 3 carat diamond weight. Have you guys seen this quatrefoil bracelet? We've seen it in a pendant last night, sold out. This is the quatrefoil bracelet we do. Better look at it here on the wrist because it's got some little open work details. It's very sizable because that's a lot of bracelet. It's a lot of gold. Always starts with gold. And then it's in the white gold to show off these bigger diamonds. And you can see how it's centered up with the larger of the florals, and then they go a little bit smaller, but it's a very gradual size difference. And that's going to be a 3/03 diamond weight in that bracelet. And look at the fluidity that has. For being a link style, it's just got movement like water. And it's very bold. So we're going to show that next. Bracelets too. Back to the Sapphire, $24.99 at checkout. So this is 111 4660. It's a diamond bracelet. And look at it up close because every single one of those sections, links, has 4 individual larger round brilliant diamonds. 303 is your total carat weight. It's very, very special. And maybe I could see it as the stack, the adding it to other pieces you wear already, putting it and building a little bit of an arm candy story on your wrist. I think that would be so gorgeous. And that's the larger, but then as you see, we walk through it here, they get slightly smaller, but all with that center open, what we call the negative space there, and then all the way down to your insert closure. It's one side, that's the part that's going to insert into this other side, which is your box link, and then you've got that figure 8 safety to keep it secure. So that's just going to be the one, or there 2, let me check that again here, and look at the other side. There's the 1 figure 8 safety. It's going to be, I just want to double check the length here because it feels quite long. So I do want to give you an exact, because 7 is what everyone calls it, but it is indeed longer than that. It is a 7 1/4 inch. So that's something to keep in mind here because every one of them is a little different. So that's a 7 1/4 inch length here. And we're going to make it a really impressive value if you want a lot of gold. Let me tell you something. Here's my trick. You know how we're melting pieces that stick around? If you have ever scouted jewelry, like sometimes people will go in times of really high metal pricing, a lot of people will scour pawn shops and estate sales and garage sales and the like to try and find that like hidden treasure. And a lot of people, whether they're resellers or whether they're actually in the gold world and they want to melt, this is one of those that I know we are not a garage sale. I know we are not an estate sale. I don't sell used jewelry. We're not a garage sale, although, you know, kind of. But this is really where, I don't know, my garage has better lighting. But I will say this. We are about, on this one, it's like a melt price. It really is. If you were to like have the tools to do what we do in like manufacture jewelry, and if you were to take out all the diamonds, like every one of them, and then melt it for the gold, you'd have yourself a deal. Because you've got so much of that 14K, and then the price tag I'm about to give you is so low, come on over. And we're gonna do something crazy wild here. This is a big value, and it's a bracelet. Nothing gets more high-end than a bracelet, we know that. And it's not a thin, light, teeny, basic baby bracelet. This didn't come out of the box of Cracker Jacks, although even, yeah, you know gold's gone up when they're giving stickers instead of little, you know, plastic rings now. They are. So, you know, this is the thing, guys. This is what we're doing, and making that $79.99 bracelet as it began, as it started way back when. Look at all these 111 numbers. That's what's helping give you value. These are 111 item numbers. They go back years when they were made. And do you think we've moved the pricing up? If we did, that'd be $79.99 plus a lot more, because today's pricing is different. Here's what I'm going to do right now. It's not $79.69. We're going to sell this probably in the first 10 seconds of this price going up on the air. There's no doubt, no question, no possibility otherwise. It's $2,999. I'm under $1,000 a carat on the diamonds. It's free gold, and nobody does it that. I got my best diamond cutter in the world, the guy I use for everything. When I custom do engagement rings for, you know, just for family and friends out of just, you know, a favor, I will tell you right now, where I go, I have a great diamond wholesaler. It's pretty much who I do business with exclusively. He's got the best values. I will say this. I will say that right now, the diamonds he has to buy to have his diamond rough cut, because he does everything in the business. He doesn't just like distribute diamonds. He goes from the mines to literally the piece, okay? He does every step in between. So he'll take the rough and he will have it cut. And let me tell you something, the diamonds that you have to buy, because remember, only a diamond can cut a diamond. It's not like you take a little saw or a little Dremel. You have to have a diamond, cut a diamond. That's how tough they are. That's why we wear them every day. That's why we feel good and secure wearing them every day. But this is the thing. You're spending more than $1,000 a carat right now to buy the diamonds that cut the diamonds. That tells you something about the diamond world and how it is evolving. And we'll also give you $300 extra off. So $26.99. Yes, go ahead, Andy. Okay, the pearl earrings from earlier are gone. Congratulations on those white pearls from earlier. Thank you, thank you. And that will start happening here as we get new folks joining into the show and the broadcast here on this Thursday night. As we reach that last hour, a lot of new folks jumping in and chiming in and picking up pieces from earlier as well. So this is the $26.99 bracelet. Let me try it on again. A little more than 7 inches, which just gives you, for an average size wrist, I always like a good average size bracelet, but it just gives you a little more drape and a little more room. So it's not going to, don't worry, if you wear a 7 normally and you think, oh, that's too big for me, it's just going to give you a little more drape. It's not going to fall. It's not going to twist or turn. It's not going to go over the knuckle. It's that really beautiful style. And you can see that is those are not diamond chips. Those are not little itty bitties. They're not one point diamonds. They are big time. So $26.99 gets you this entire bracelet. Look at it from the whole length, side to side. What do you think? That is an extreme value. We might just sit here till it sells, because when you bring diamonds and designer style together, and you have a lot of gold as well, a lot of gold, yeah, I would say so, and you've got a longer length, nothing's more complex or more money to buy or make right now than a diamond bracelet. My goodness, you can't get better than that. And we are looking at $26.99 for over 3 carats in diamonds in not a gold plating that is not sterling silver. It is solid 14 karat gold. It's amazing. And we've got another pendant. I told you, a lot of pendants, a lot of earrings. We've got another one for you in fire opal. We're going to bring you our Paraiba wheel at the top of the hour, then a tanzanite deal, and we'll be done. So here's the Sapphire ring, by the way, had a Sapphire and mandarin combination. The difference here is that we've got pink diamonds with it, so just elevating that all the more. And then we've got a really good, this is my Fawn diamond. Check this one out. It's a champagne with a bit of pinks. And that's why we opted for this really unusual combination of the rose gold, although that was inspired by the pink and the diamond. What I would do is take the white or the yellow, and the good news is you have that option here. You certainly do. It's going to be 1129-163, and this is yet another great choice for anybody who wants a ring that's going to sit really anywhere on the hand. I've even been known to wear this as a pinky ring, just this style in general, because it's not, as much as it is a dome style, it doesn't go really high off the hand, so you can wear it a little bit more in a simple way, like a pinky ring or best on the ring finger probably. And it's going to be our 53-point natural fawn. Look at this, and it's got a little more, I just want to make sure it's focused so you can see all the clarity, because it's a VS stone that we love. 53 points, well over a half carat, 49 points in the white diamonds, which are set into that burnishing of the gold on the sides. Looking good, isn't it? Rose gold, I know that's not a popular choice of gold color. I understand it is the least popular choice of gold color. White and yellow are the classics. Those are the mainstays. You have the freedom to choose however you would like that set. Please choose your favorite. Do not, I know this takes some imagination to look past. Please, please think about it in the white or the yellow, whatever you prefer. You're going to love it. I think it looks better. I have sold a lot of Fawn diamonds. I've gotten the privilege of when the collection came into us, and when it was first actually arrived, they said, would you like to name? I was brand new here, and they said, and there were at the time, there were a bunch of other hosts, and they said, we'd like for you to name this collection. We know how much you adore, and you've been known as the fine jewelry, you know, the face of fine jewelry for a lot of years. We'd like for you to name this collection, because we didn't know how to quite describe. It was more than just a brown diamond. It was a little different than a pink diamond. It really was those two elements coming together naturally. These are Argyle mine stones. We have seen very few of them lately. And again, it was really seemed like that fawn. A couple of reasons. I thought you might fawn over them, and we would love them for what they are, but also that kind of softness. I thought about, looked at the whole collection, and I thought it was reminding me of something you might see on the coat of a little baby deer. And you know, you think about something that's soft and feminine and pretty, but really just, again, also very important and very unusual and unique. And so it's our own name for a collection here of a certain color that you don't find out and about. We see brown colors, we see all kinds of champagnes and cognacs. It's a little different. So we're going to auction it off here. Our $59.99 price, I just can't do it. Don't want to see it, don't want to try to sell it at that price. I just don't know if that's going to fit with our sale event. So we get to go lower, and I'll try something real different here. How about $3,000 to open our 53-pointer with the 49 points? And let's by all means take a look at it on. It looks like it might be a pinky ring at the moment. It is. So here it is, at least on me. I'm sorry, I can't, you know. I do. They don't size every single ring for me. So there it is. That's currently about a size 4.5 or so, but you could equally wear it here, here, or here, I think would be the best options. But that, it also gives us a chance to look at the sides there so you can really see that profile and see how the diamonds do show up on the other sides of the ring. So even though they're all set down into the gold, it's a really pretty look. How about $3,000? How about $2,000? I don't know. How about $1,500? Let's go. 15, you're getting over a carat in diamonds all together, but your big center stone is the round, and that is also the extra elite rare of the colors right there. A special private collection. We got nothing new coming in. That's it. That collection, what we had so many years ago, that was nearly, gosh, that was a long time ago, and I can't remember exactly what year or month that was, but it was really a long time ago. And what a privilege to bring you these stones and still have one come and show up every now and again. That's exciting. So there it is. No open on that one at $1,500. Let's move on. We got a big sapphire. Here's what's interesting. I've got a 2-carat royal blue. I don't like it nearly as much as the one I had earlier, and it's 10 grand. And then we had the other one earlier for $14.99. Just again, sometimes it's how you buy it. You know, do you get a good deal? Or did you bring it out of a private collection like this is, where you didn't have to pay market value? That to me is really exciting when we get to do things like that. So let's move on. We have our color change Sphene. I have got a really big moment here for our collectors that want something that's not even in museums. At least I've never seen one. And I know this because also most of the stones that have been procured through this world in this variety have been through TVON. So, and I've never had a museum actually shop the show. There have been pieces that we have lent to museums here. That's certainly special. Welcome to the show, everybody. We have an hour plus, just a little over an hour left tonight to go on this Thursday night. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope your summertime's been fabulous. How's your summer been? How's it been? Has it been good? I sure hope so. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everybody's looking forward to fall, having our first really crazy, crazy, crazy heat wave of the year. I can tell you that Southern California is looking forward to fall because we're getting record temps. So it's been a very mild summer so far. We've only been in the 90s most of the time. It's well over 100 today, and it is beastly hot, as my mom would say. So here we go. This is going to be our color change Sphene. This is something I did introduce. We had the pendant earlier, which is still here, by the way. So by all means, if you missed the pendant and didn't see it, call me and I'll show it to you. But here is our big Sphene. Yeah. Okay, just sell it to him. Okay, we'll just sell it to him. I'm not going to wait around on auctions because we don't have that kind of time. So we'll do that in any gold they want. All right, here we go with the Sphene. So this is going to be at number 1129177. Now, a real reminder how rare this is. How rare. This is super rare. And it's a 162 size. It is the round stone. And what you can't see, I know what we see is a beautiful round stone with a lot of brilliance and a lot of fire. What you can't see is the coolest part. You can't see the color change take place, not in this one light I'm in. But that's the coolest part, is you're getting a 162 center. This is a mounting we have all but discontinued because it's so complicated to make. It's got a carat 09 in diamonds. And yet, this stone deserves it. If you ever want to put a lot of gold and a lot of diamonds, shouldn't it be around this stone? With a carat 62 Madagascar color change. I'm just trying to show you all the angles because it doesn't, if you think that gets shy from the side, no it does not. Look at that thing, ridiculous amount of dispersion. More dispersion than diamonds. I think you can even tell by looking at it here side by side. Look at the diamonds sitting around it. What is sparkling more? What has more of the rainbow-like fire? It's the Sphene, not the diamonds, and the diamonds are really good VS stones. Here's what I want to do. It is a holy grail stone. What do I mean by that? It's for the collectors who say, I don't need to watch your show. I already have everything. You probably don't have a color change Sphene. If you do, you've been one of our collectors here probably for the last few years because we are the ones that did the worldwide launch. So this is something that has been more or less exclusive. I can't say totally because we did have some rejected stones that ended up on another network and they charged, I kid you not, they charged 7 times the price. For the rejects, for the ones that I said no to. There were stones that were so dirty and cloudy and included. This was years ago when we introduced them. I said no. I thought they were going to be returned to the dealer for museums and whatnot. A different network bought them and literally had them a few, it was about a month or so later because they had to set them. and they set them in these really not cute mountings, and they were 7 times the price. For the rejects, if that doesn't tell you how we operate when it comes to value, nothing will. Take a look at this. This is going to be our Carat 62 round, and only that fabulous one. I got to get away from 17,000 here. I'm never going to get it tonight. This is the big sale event you've been waiting for, and this is the luxury we can bring at a value nobody else can do because they don't have the stones. Nobody else would do if they did have the stones. And look how bright and vibrant. And I will re-show the pendant because the pendant's got to go as well. But it is supposed to be $16,999. I'm getting rid of the price. I will not do it. I cannot do it. I just want you to see what we can do to make you a value of a lifetime. You're watching tonight, and very few are. So you get the better deals. You get the opportunity. Look at that thing sparkle. And if you want, let me tell you a little secret here. You know how we always talk about the Wonder Ring, which usually we put point out so that it goes next to a band? You could actually wedge a Wonder Ring with the point in to actually, if you wanted to make it really, really, really deluxe, you could point your Wonder Ring in and have it be nestled on one side or both. Just an idea there. It would fit so beautifully and then give you even like a real wide band kind of look. So it's not 16,000. Where are our collectors? I know the collectors. Well, there's a lot of collectors. Maybe out on vacay, maybe getting back to work, back to school, back to those things. This is the moment. I'm going to auction it again because it's the only way to do this. I only have so many avenues to take discounts. If we don't do $16,999, I'm kind of up a creek here, and you need a better value. That I already know. That I know well. So here's what I'll do instead. We're going to get it under $10,000, save you $7,000. This is before 10% off. You save 10% on auctions as well. And it's not 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. I'm going to start at 5. On the Carat, wait a minute, hold on. I just remembered what I did on the pendant. Now the pendant had practically no diamond weight. This was a carat 09. That's the difference. The pendant had very little gold because it's just a pendant. So the pendant didn't have a lot of gold, and I think it had what, 8 points, 9 points, 11 points of diamonds, something very scant. We have got a Carat plus here, and it's not going to be 5,000 because I'm trying to make it make sense with the other value we saw earlier. How can we make this happen for you? Welcome into Thursday. We're in the last hour almost. What would you like to see? Shop, request. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's not even do 5,000 because I'm getting nowhere here. Let's go even lower than that. Not 5. Not 4, not even $3,500. Let's go $3,000. Get it started. This is the pendant we had earlier. Just a little quick flash here. There you go. That's the pendant. Let me know if you want the pendant. We can show it after the auction's over, or we can show it right now. Whatever you need, or get them both, because then you would have the gorgeous set, the most rare of all the sets you could ever make in color change Sphenes, a round and an asher. My goodness, that'd be fun. Let's see. No open at 3? Okay, well, I'm done with that. So we gotta move along. And did you guys notice it's cute? It's hearts. It's heart shapes. It's actually, if you look on the side, like from the side, it's a heart shape on either side. So it's pointing in towards the stone. So it's kind of like, I love it because it feels like I love my stone. I love my stone. The mounting's built around it. It all makes sense. We've got all those diamonds. They're scattered within. It looks great. It looks really, really good. And you see that from the side? It is a sideways heart-shaped design on either of these larger, wider stations and sides of the ring. How about $2,500? Let's go. $2,500 to start, 60 seconds to get it going. Let's make it last call. That's a good idea, Kathy. Thank you. That was Kathy. Thank you. Kathy picked up our Fawn. Well done there. Thank you. Thank you. And we will move along in 50 seconds, one way or the other. We're either going to have our open or we're not, but we're going to find out where our collectors are at. $10 on the increment tone. We've got 10% off and $10 on the increment. It makes it, I'm not even worried about the increment. I just want to get the open. At this point, do we need to really concern ourselves with the increments? I don't know how much further. If we're going to get 10 people, 20 people, 30 people in, I just know we've got a heck of a value awaiting you right there at 25. I've got the big tanzanite. We've got the Paraiba special. So if that's what everyone's waiting for, you don't have much longer to wait. 8 more minutes till our last hour of the show kicks off. And what would you like to see? Requests are welcome. We've only had one so far, and it actually was the most popular item of the night. It was our diamond studs. It would be $22.50, by the way. Just basic math there, calculating what it would be with the 10% off. That is if we get the open. Do you guys remember when we did diamonds burnished into a bangle? And then we did diamonds burnished into a ring. And then we did diamonds burnished into some very bold earrings. And you remember what I'm talking about? Designer three-stone styles, very much inspired by a particular French designer. Look what I'm going to bring you over the weekend. This is front and back, so I just want to show you how they are mirror finished, but look at this. That's a diamond earring that's coming up this weekend. A more petite version of the triple diamond style, set burnished into the fabulous gold earring. I'll be wearing those a lot. Okay. No open on the Sphene. Okay, let's just show this real quick. If you missed the 240 with the, oh, I'm sorry, it was 4 points in diamonds. I remembered it was single digits. Well, here's the 4-point diamond pendant. If you'd like the pendant, remember the pendant is even less for a larger stone, which is very interesting. It's 9180 is that number. That's going to be the Asher cut that just dazzles as if you had an Asher cut with somehow the faceting of a round brilliant. That's Sphene for you. It's a good one. It's in the yellow gold. You can change it if you want. You can do white gold or rose, however you like it. But it's going to be a $1,999 deal on the Sphene pendant. So $19.99 turns into $17.99, and now you got a chance for the set. Let me know if you'd like the ring, the pendant, or both together. Great options there. We'll still bring a fire opal pendant before the night is over. I'll need your requests. If you have a burning desire to see something in the show, please by all means let me know. We've got a massive Cunzite here as well, and we are loving that you're here shopping the discounts. Isn't it exciting? And $17.99 on that one. Okay, here we go with the Cunzite. Gonna switch gears here and go bold. Somebody just told me today, I think she's only bought tanzanites from me. She started watching a little while ago. She's been kind of new with us, and she has bought herself a bunch of tanzanites. And she said, you know what I'm kind of thinking about? I'm thinking I might need one of your Cunzites. They're really good. And all I can say is, well, when yours truly first started shopping here, like when I first started working here, there was one ring I bought immediately 2 or 3 weeks into my tenure, and it's a Cunzite. And that thing is the ultimate. And yet, it's a pair. Mine's 23 carats. This one is $844. Yes. Questions? All right, we're good. All right, Sphenes are here. You know, it's been a minute. I know for a lot of people are going, I didn't even think those Sphenes were coming back. I didn't either. It's nice to have them. Nice to see them back for a moment, isn't it? Here's our large Cunzite. It's 8182. It is our 844 in the pear shape, elongated with a 129 mega diamond weight. Love to see all those diamonds. It's a stone that's so deserving of that, and it's going to be 8182. Very excited to have this for you. It's a big ring. Sorry, gals. My gals who want teeny jewelry. This is probably not the network you're watching anyways. So, yeah, we don't have a lot of teeny tiny jewelry, but this is a look at it on the hand, so you can see at least how it's going to look from a distance away. We don't do too much in the teeny jewelry, and there it is with that beautiful look pointing away from the hand there as well. So we've got a new markdown. $69.99 is where it started. I like to let you know, because it's a sale if you don't know what it's on sale for. If you don't know how much you're saving, is it a sale at all? It is the tree in the forest concept, you know, that I don't know. It's going to be like, you got to see where it started. And as much as we love $69.99 for a really, quite frankly, I know y'all tell me about the Cunzite you might have bought somewhere else that has that name that's made up, that starts with a P, ends with a key. It's a little different. This is going to be that Afghan material that has that. We don't make up goofy names on stones that have an origin. We usually, I mentioned this earlier, we talk about the origin. Stones are, if there's a stone like Cunzite or like tourmaline that have multiple origins in this world, sapphires, rubies, we talk about origin. And I don't know of anyone else who does that really. It's very important because the origin is often so telling as to the quality and the value. Because just in the sense of rubies, you can get rubies from a number of places. I could list them off for minutes and minutes gone by. But the Burma is the best. And then for the material of Cunzite, you can get a lot of different places. It's the Afghan material that's going to give you saturated color, not just that light, barely there pink, but instead a really deluxe saturation. So we really do, I mean, I don't really think there is an exception to that rule where we're not talking about where did the stone come from? Where did it originate? What mine did it come from? Of course, the one we don't do that with is tanzanite because that's kind of obvious. That would be redundant. Tanzanite is from Tanzania. It's the only source. So there are those exceptions because there's only one source in the world. So that's where, with this material, you already know. You don't need anything but the knowledge of two things: where it came from and the color your eyes sees. And that color here is so darn saturated, so bright, and so amazing. Purple's more than it is pink, and we're gonna make this really affordable right now at $2,699, yes? Are you talking about the pendant? Sure, yeah, we can do the Sphene pendant one more time here. Yes, we can. It was here earlier tonight. Did they miss it? It sounds like they missed the presentation earlier tonight. Well, it's item number 9180. Let me show it on the hand first, then we'll show it on the neckline. We have a question about the Sphene pendant. Here it is. This is going to be that Asher cut. And I remember earlier I told you it's an Asher cut, yes, that talks to the outside of the shape. Inside, it's got a very different cut pattern. It's not an Asher cut in that it does not have step faceting. So you get that really amazing, think of it like a radiant or a princess cut is what it looks like on the inside. That's where you're going to get just under an inch in the length. Here's what it looks like on the neckline. So have them take a look now so you can see that size. They missed the earlier presentation, it sounds like, so need another look at that from a distance away to see what that's going to be. And boy, to be that far away in this very low lit area where I stand to give you this perspective, and you see that amount of flash and brilliance coming through, it is impressive. So that's $19.99. It'll be $200 off that price too. So you get a big old value on that gorgeous color change Sphene. And like I've said before, this is where you probably want to wear your Sphene if you're at all concerned about the stone and its durability. It's a softer stone. That one's gone. Thank you. Let's go back to our Cunzite for $26.99. A reminder that after your 10% off, the $26.99 price comes lower and you get it for $24.29. So our Sphene pendant has found its home. The ring is here. So still have an option to get the round. And then we'll talk about a big top of the hour Paraiba deal. I have got, it doesn't get any more simple than this. I have $25,000 and more rings that are coming out at the top of the hour, and they are nowhere near $25,000. So that, talk about savings and seeing the value. We've got it coming up. Don't go anywhere. We are 30 seconds away from bringing out the top Paraibas that are just under 2 carats. Because when they get into 2 carats, then they're $40,000. And then y'all are going, oh, give me a break, Lolo. Come on. Come on. I ain't selling the family van to get a Paraiba. I can't do that. Okay, let's do it. Let's bring them out. $24.29 on that one. Sounds like we may be verifying on the Cunzite. Don't think that's sticking around. It better not. Not for that value. It's an 8 karat 44 and it's got a carat and a third almost in diamonds. I know, 4 points shy of being a carat and a third in VS sparklers. All right, Paraiba lovers, here goes nothing. And I mean, this is something that I've never done before. I've been selling Paraiba since 2004. 2004. 2004. Very exciting time in my career. I was really just at my first national network. I'd just been plucked a few years prior from the sports business and sidelines of professional sports, and ended up selling jewelry. And I gotta believe that I don't know if that would have carried on if it weren't for the just sheer fascination of the gem that is Paraiba. Quickly became my favorite gemstone, where I admit, granted, I love jewelry, but I think like a lot of us start loving jewelry, we might know the basics about jewelry. We know about gold and platinum. We know about diamonds and rubies and sapphires and emeralds, the big three. But really, that world of colored gems is so foreign to so many people unless you really find yourself passionate and studying. Welcome in, everybody. It's our top of the hour. It's our last hour of this evening. So try to brush those tears, dry those tears aside. We will be back tomorrow night to do it again. But this is a really, really important. Honestly, I've never been able to do anything like this. What's about to happen is really mark the date. It is the 21st of August of 2025, and we are about to see something that I have never done, and I introduced Paraibas to the world on TV in 2004. So nearly, 21 years ago. It was October, by the way. I remember it so distinctly. There are pivotal milestones you reach in a career that you remember. You might be the same. If you were a doctor and you discovered a drug that cured a disease, or if you are a teacher and you remember that one of your students went on to be a Nobel laureate, or whatever it may be, there are certain milestones we reach in our careers that are just so memorable because they are those pivotal moments that mean more than just a personal achievement or a personal accolade. It's really done a lot to really shift and form the gemstone world that we know today and the way we shop for those gems and jewelry. And I'm so proud that standing here tonight on the dog days of summer here, August Thursday, we get to bring you Paraiba values like this. It's really incredible. I have brought out some of our very best, and I know we've got 2 carats and 3 carats. I've got them, but they tend to get so out of really, I wouldn't say, because everyone's got a different budget, so I can't say out of our price range. But for the average viewer and for the average jewelry shopper, $40,000 isn't what we're necessarily dropping on one piece of jewelry. That is what I'm going to do tonight, is show you why tonight is your night to get a big Paraiba. I realize that there's a sale going on. We've become very accustomed to some extremely low prices, and don't you love that? And you've asked me and demanded that we get lower and lower and lower, and we've been doing that. We've been obliging. But this next opportunity is something that nobody should be doing. And I mean that quite literally, because if you're in the world of gems, you know that most people who have Paraiba, myself included, I don't sell loose gems. I'm not a mine owner. But I know that I get offered to buy the stones, because some of you know that I have very important stones, and I get offered from many, many folks to buy them, mostly in the business. I get offers made all the time. People want to buy the Paraibas simply because it's a supply and demand issue. There is nothing available out there. What that does, by the way, as if anything, we see it on silly, childish levels too. We see like things become in demand and then suddenly everybody wants them, and it can be a really affordable item, but if it's not available, it drives the price in the secondary market up. The same thing's happening with Paraiba, but you're talking about high value stones, stones that are mined out anyways. Then if everyone's holding on to them, drives that price up. It's essentially, there are enough people with enough wealth in this world that are willing to pay whatever it takes to convince one person who has it to give it to them, because that's really what it's about. It's about finding it. Here I am about to present you with 3 of our best, 3 of our largest, and they don't go for $40,000 or $50,000 tonight. And tell me that isn't just a gorgeous stone. Look at that oval. Here's one oval. Here's another. I can't decide how I even want to arrange them because they're just so incredibly opulent. But this is all 3 oval stones, well over a carat. And look what we have here. Settings with incredible diamonds, whether you like to do classic round brilliance, a tapered baguette halo, a more fancy bridge with a lot of gold. That is going to be where the decision is yours, and that's going to be the tough part. What I have are all 3 Paraibas, and I'll walk you through their carat weights and everything else. But this is wild, because we're going to take what should be, they may not have been the $40,000 pieces. That usually happens when they're over 2 carats, but they are extremely important, extremely large Paraibas, because we know this stone is not occurring in large sizes. The largest one I ever presented in a blue-green was a 16 carat. It was here at TVON 9 years ago. It was when I first arrived, and that a few years later went to a museum. That's where it's sitting now. It's in a museum. So we get the chance now to bring you either a, let me walk you through what we have here. On the left side of your screen is the 138. It's in 18 karat gold with a carat 37 in diamonds. If you like the one in the center, 142, that would be the largest stone of the 3. That's the 142. The diamond weight is 73 points, all tapered baguettes. And then you go over here to the bridge. Oh my, oh my. 132 on the center stone, 111 on the diamond weight, in a lot of gold in the bridge mounting. Not a time to wait on the phone lines. Do me a favor, call in now if you're remotely, maybe, kinda, sorta, perhaps interested. Because otherwise they're going to be gone. I wouldn't be totally shocked if one collector takes all 3, keeps 1, resells 2, maybe has a store and wants to resell all 3. You would be one of the few places, one of the few people that even have them, let alone have them for sale. I'm telling you right now, there is a market out there of collectors that are willing to pay whatever because otherwise the option is be without. And with every day that goes by, every passing day, it gets more limited and it gets more pricey. It's already mined out. 3 sources ever. Brazil was the original. Nigeria, Mozambique happened a little bit later after that. All 3 sources are done. They've been done for a while. And this is not just Paraiba. It's the signature color of the blue-green. It's the 50-50 splits. It's that beautiful blend of the blues and the greens, but being so vibrant and so neon and clean, considering these are tourmalines, they're supposed to have a lot of inclusions, but then you take into account that it's copper that accounts for this gorgeous neon in color. That also usually adds to a lot of visible inclusions, and it's just not happening here. You're getting an up-close look. Now, I've got all the pieces were $25,000 or more, and now they're not. And we already have some callers. Now, operators, what you can do is kind of tell me who's got first dibs on what style. They're all the same price, by the way. So we went over those carat weights. We can go over them again and again. We'll try them on. But whatever works for you, it's the same price. One great price is attached to all 3 rings. They've never been close to this price. They've never been lower. Tony, they were all $25,000 or more. Now, I'm just going to leave it at $24,999 because otherwise it gets confusing which one was which. The lowest price of the 3 was $24,999. And by the way, you can change the gold color on the bridge. This one stays in the white gold. This one stays in the 18 karat white gold. This one's going to be changeable if you want yellow gold, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to say it. I wouldn't do it. I leave them in white gold. There's a reason that most every single Paraiba is in white gold. They look fantastic. And it will not be. This is your lowest price ever. They do get taken apart if they, I don't think any of them are going to stick around. If they are to stick around, they get melted down. You'll never see it again. Here's our last call on huge Paraibas. And they will not be, you have to hear me out on this because this is just a value. Is it going to be for everybody? No. Is it going to be a price that's affordable for everybody? No. That, I just have to say it like it is. It's not going to be in everybody's wheelhouse. This is really one of the more important stones and one of the most expensive stones in the entire world. So, but I will say this, when it's $25,000, that's a no-go for most. Where I'm taking it tonight is going to open it up to collectors that have never had this opportunity before, because it's not 20 and it's not 15. And I will tell you right now, from standing up here 9 years talking about Paraibas, when those sizes, carat and a half-ish, when they get to $15,000, they go. Out the door they go, rushing out, usually with people missing out. These are not 15. I'm just going on past precedent. You've all probably watched the show and seen it happen live. These are not going to be 15,000. They're not even 14 or 13 or 12 would be one of the craziest values ever. We're going to go even lower than that. It is take it or leave it time. And when I tell you that, should I say it? They're under cost. They're already under cost. We don't work on very big margins here. You don't give yet values the way we do and make a lot of money and make a big profit. You can't do that and have values. I mean, we can't make these rings for $5.50. They're incredibly important. Every single day that you wear your ring and enjoy it, you are going to have a piece that is worth more than you paid tonight. It's more than $13,000. Right now you could turn around and you've got a piece that's worth a lot more than that price that's up there at $13,000. But it's not 12 or 11 or $10,000. They're $99. You know what? We're going to take them even lower than $9,999. I could give them 60 seconds and all 3 are going to go. They will not. Hold on. I got to move every one of them. Tonight is not a night where we're leaving anything in this last hour behind. They have all got to go. They all will go. I have been known as the authority on Paraiba for years. For years. You know it's my favorite stone. You know I have a collection. Somebody offered me today. They said, do you want to buy my Paraiba? they literally said that. I got an email today. She said, do you want to buy my Paraiba? And so, you know, it's like, I'm known as the Paraiba girl. It's my favorite. I collect them. I've collected them for years. Let me tell you something. I've given GIA symposiums in the last 2 weeks about this stone. This is really something I am more than just familiar with. I am passionate about. And if you as well are passionate about the color, the beauty, the brilliance, watch this. In darkness, do you see what I'm doing there? Creating a shadow. And look how bright and neon and vibrant they are. And it's not going to be 99. This is going to be a heck of a value. I will blow them out right now. Any one of the 3. Which one are you verifying on, Joanne? Which one's your favorite? Let me try it on. Let me at least get the one on the left. You got it. 18 karat gold. Yes, that's the 18 karat gold, white gold only. It's got a carat 38, but you're also getting 137 in diamond weight. It's big time. Look at that. Beautiful elevation to your profile. You can actually slide another ring next to it if you want. It's got a subtle split shank, big diamonds around the halo. This will not be $99.99. It's 18 karat gold. That's the only one up there that's 18 karat gold. Got to stay in the white gold. Here's what we'll do. Which one do we like? The bridge. All right, the bridge. Well, that's a good way to go. It's a lot of gold weight. That's the 132. 7636 is the item number. This is the 132 in the center of a karat 11 in diamonds and a whole lot of gold in the bridge mounting. Boy, that one's showing a lot of blue, isn't it? Especially from that distance on the hand, you're seeing a lot of blue there. And then let's take a look at maybe the more traditional, but with the high-end diamonds, the baguettes here. Tapered baguettes around your karat 42. We are busy on the lines. I'm not going to have a ring for everybody to go around. You are not paying $99. That is $1,000 extra off right here and now. There's no better time than right now to get these deals. It's not $99. They're not $89. There's your price at checkout that I just brought on the air. How about taking another $900 off that price? But wait, I got more to show and more to sell and more to save. More to save. That's really the idea. They're not even $8,888. This is not like other stones. I know it would not be a major breaking news headline to get 1.5 carat tanzanite, even a ruby or a sapphire or a quartz, but we are talking about rare of the rare copper-bearing Paraiba tourmaline. And not the purples or the rubelites or the yellows, the true signature color, the blue-green, where if you were ever to find one in a retail store, you can pay $100,000 a carat or more. Don't believe me? Do a quick internet search. There are some publicized prices of stones that have sold loose in the last 30 days that are this size that were over $150,000 for a loose stone, by the way. No mounting. And this is not going to be $88.88. No way. We're going even lower. You got to call in. We already have the bridges verifying, and the one on the left, the 18 karat gold, that really classic stout, that's verifying as well. You don't want to miss out, but it's the first caller to say sold. And we now have 6 now people on the phone lines. I didn't hear them. All right, so 6 people now fighting over 3 one-of-a-kind rings. That's all we've got. They're not 88. They're not 85. They're not 84. This is the lowest price they can ever be. They will never go lower than this. They never will. This is your moment. And if you need to, like, say you want to break the payment again, 2 cards, why not? Split it down the middle. You can put half of it on one card, half of it on another. It makes it more affordable. Let's do that. It's not 84. It's not 83 or 82 or 81 or $8,000. They're $79.99 right now. This is my lowest price I've had on anything of that size. They are tremendous, and they're in big diamond weights, and there's another $800 extra off, so you'll get them for $71.99, and that is it tonight. And we'll see who's got what, but when they're gone, they're gone. And I know they're going to be gone one way or the other, because they got one way to go. Melt down. I can't now. Obviously, the stone doesn't go anywhere. The stone goes right back into private collection where it belongs, where it came from in the first place initially. Which one? I know we're debating. I know we're verifying on all 3 now. Even the tapered baguette, classic halo in the middle, is verifying. You've got to pick one up. It's now or never. 30. You know what? I'm going to give it 60 seconds, then we're done. And we'll have tanzanite. I know you are all asking about the tanzanite. Yes. Which one? The center is the first one to go. Thank you. That is the most, I do believe, the most classic. I did want to show you the inside, by the way, because it's got this gorgeous under gallery. So that one's going to be 1128-248. And let me try that on one more time. It is gone. It is spoken for. Now all 3 will go. So the question is, which is next? To get its home, remember that was the carat 42, that was the largest of the 3, but they're all within a few points of each other, and that one has the 73 points in tapered baguettes done in that white gold. We go back now to your 2 options remaining here available. Is it going to be the 138 on the left or the 132 on the right? Both giving you well over 1 carat in diamonds. It's a 137 diamond weight on the left and a 1 carat 11 diamond weight in the bridge that we are oh so familiar with on the right. It is our last call, $71.99. Amazing value, huge opportunity, and nothing else like it in our inventory. They should be $30,000 or $40,000. They were $25,000 to start. Again, you're the smartest shoppers in jewelry out there. Nobody knows jewelry better than our TVON viewership. Our TVON family understands, they know, they get it, this is why values like this do not go unnoticed. And I know it's a little more than maybe your glass jewelry you see up at the dial, your faux stones that you see down the dial, synthetic pearls, man-made this. synthetic that, lab grown that. This is the ultimate high level. This is why I've collected them. I've created a nest egg by collecting Paraibas. My accountant is not so sure, but he doesn't know gemstones. He doesn't know gems. And I'm like, relax. David, it'll be all right. Relax, relax. These are worth more than any of my iras are. So here we go. Take a look at this. Here we are. I mean, again, I got to give the man a tutorial. He should come to my GIA symposium next time. And he'll get it. And he'll go, okay, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yes. Left side on the hand again. Here we go. This is going to be the 18 karat. And I want to show this up close too, because it also has a great undergallery. You can see it there. Ignore the residue that I'm pointing out. That's a tag residue. Doesn't matter. It's not going to be there when you get it. That's our 18 karat. So that's our upgrade in the gold. This is the 18. It's also elongated. Is that noticeable where you get that bigger look visually? Joanna, you already taken it? The blue, good. All right, 2 karat 01 sapphire from earlier is gone. This one's verifying now. This is the 138 and 136. Actually, what we'll try to do is bring up 6435, see if we can bring up some graphics real quick for you to see. 18 karat solid white gold. It was the only one of the 3 that was in 18 karat gold. It's also a 138 Paraiba. That elongation, as I tell you all the time, that subtle elongation to the oval is also going to give it a bigger pronounced look to the eye. And it's also going to be 137 in diamonds. So out of what we have left, by far the largest diamond weight, and then it's got this little bit of, you see the elevation here where if you wanted to put a diamond band or a wonder ring next to it, you could. I don't know if it really needs anything else. It's got the perfect stone, and again, it's a 138. I know, it's very similar to the diamond weight. So 138 in the center, 137 on the diamonds, and that's only $79.99. It's sold. Congratulations, we have one left, and it is 112-7636. And it's our last one, so here we go again with the 132 and the 111 in the bridge. Time to take advantage, and thank you on that 201 sapphire. A lot of pieces from earlier are going. Well, this is what happens in the last hour of every single show we have on these weeknights. So please do, if you're considering something from earlier in the show, please do take advantage of it right now. This does not happen on these sizes. I know we will have, I do have one smaller stone for you. Linda, I apologize for the wait. I know your request was brought out during this Paraiba presentation. I do have it coming up next, Linda. I hope you're still with us for the blue zircon earrings. I will show them next. But $71.99 at checkout. And that is going to be for this 132 and 111 in diamonds. And that is our bridge. It's our famous bridge. Dual rows that go underneath the whole way, under the stone. The big diamonds top and bottom as well. And then we've got the zircon drops for Linda coming up. And that is our last one remaining. Now there is one more Paraiba I can show you. It's going to be a 23-point stone. Okay, so it does differ a bit. But that is our last one there. Linda, thank you again for your patience here on these blue zircon drops. Not sure if this is the exact pair or if you just wanted something in blue zircon. They're going to be a little awkward to sit on their own. So I'm going to hold them up here, but I'll give you a look at each, of course. 112-7903 is the number here. It's 1052 of private collection ovals. And there's your bright, amazing, electric blue. It's like a turquoisey blue. And it's a private collection stunner of a zircon oval. And don't fear, that last oval's going to go. We know the Paraibas, that last one will go, that big stone will go, but here we are with the earring drop. Starts with a hoop that's all in mirror finished gold, 1052 plus 80 points in diamonds, and again, 7903. And we'll show them against the hand for you as well. It's got a nice clicking closure to the hoop at the top, so they look like this from a distance. We'll give you the measurement and check and verify that it is an 1.25 inches, and it sure is. 1.25 inches top to bottom. Now, we do that beautiful hoop to start and all mirror finish. That's going to have that real simple hinge style opening. And then you just, I don't think they've ever been opened before, so let me see if I can do that for you. And then I'm going to try one on, because I like to give you that look too, just in case. It makes it a little easier, I think, to imagine what an 1.25 inches is going to look like on. So it's got the halo. I know that one's not sitting completely perfectly yet. It needs my help. So let me do that in just a second after I make sure that you see them on, because that's what matters. What matters is how they're going to look when they're on the ear. This is an earring after all. Take a look. As much as I look at my jewelry. I'm that freak that loves to look at my jewelry even when I'm not wearing it. Sometimes it just gives me, when I need a little, like, it sounds strange, but when I need like a little peace or solitude moment, I look at things that I own that I love. It would be my handbag collection and my jewelry collection. It just centers me because I'm very proud of it. I love it. It makes me happy. And isn't that what we love? Is we love things that bring us joy and make us happy. And so to look at things, I do. I love to look at my jewelry even when I'm not wearing it. I can never wear it all at once. So I love to just sometimes take a moment and enjoy just looking at beautiful things. And this, what a gorgeous earring, right? It's for everyone else to enjoy too. It's an earring that everyone's going to notice probably first when they make eye contact is those gorgeous earrings. And so let's get them out the door. Incredible value. We'll go back up close and we will make these really affordable. All right, an $8,999 earring is going to be, thank you, a lot less than that. Thank goodness for a sale event. And what a moment, what a day, what a time to get a value like no other. And they will not be $89. Andy, was it this specific request she was looking for or something just in blue zircons? Okay, because she knows we had the studs earlier, I assume? She saw the studs. Okay, so looking for something in a drop. And let me give this one a look too. Look at that. Something about that double refraction. And we'll make this one $3,999 for the pair. $39.99. I've got one more Paraiba that's on the more affordable side to show you as well. So I don't want to leave anyone out of the Paraiba specials. We still have tanzanite and we still have a fire opal pendant to show you as well, and only about 35 minutes left to do that, all of that. So this will be $400 extra off, and so you're going to get them for $35.99. Okay, so there are blue zircon earrings, and again, an upright view of this one as well. So remember what you just saw, and then we'll take a look at this one here as well, just to see that one upright. Okay, one more Paraiba. Just because if you see a great value and no great value, but it's still a little out of budget, that's okay. I've got a pear shape with pink and white diamonds. Not going to be $79.99. And we have 112-1779. That's the item number. We've got a 23-point pear shape Paraiba. It is same kind of color. Same color we were seeing in all of our beautiful ovals a moment ago. And you also have the pink diamond halo, the white diamond halo, and that's 22 and 86. So you're going to still be getting well over a carat in your diamonds. And we have got a magical moment here. For a Paraiba lover and collector, it stays as is in the rose and the white gold, but we have one and this is going to go. You just saw $79.99. Granted, they were bigger stones, but this still gives you the color, still gives you the neon, still gives you that beautiful complement of pink and white diamonds together. Here's what it looks like on the hand, and we are going to send it out. And we don't have any one of the phone lines yet. Ooh, that's going to change. Only just this one. One way to wear it, here's the other way. Boom. Look at that. Easy to size, double halo. We size, you don't have to. I made it sound like you're on your own. You go do it. you pay the $400 per size to size it up. No, we do it for you. Just pointing out that we're going to make that the size you need. Whatever you say, give me the half, the quarter, the full, whatever it is, the 3/4 size you need, we'll make it happen. It's $1,499. You get two of the most rare and exotic stones in the world, checked off in one ring. You get natural fancy pink diamonds. You get a Paraiba tourmaline in the neon bright glow that it's given. Look at that, darkness has come, and look. Boom, full light, darkness, shade. Look at that, bright and beautiful as can be. And that's for one caller. Hey, it's $150 off too. So you get it for $13.49. Please don't miss that. Please don't miss it. That's a really important piece. And there's a lot of you who'll say, I don't know, 23 points. Well, Paraiba is Paraiba. Yeah, they're going to get more rare as they get into larger sizes. We know that. Gems do that. But to be able to get and score a value like that one is, and not have to pay even the $8,000, this is it. $13.49. We'll give it 30 seconds. We got to move along. And then we have that one Brazilian. Don't forget about that 65-point GIA certified Brazilian Paraiba we have as well. That is also something to think about. And that really cool designer mounting. So we showed that the other day, and it's got a lot of people talking about it. So here we go. Last chance, last call. 13-4. Well, I can't figure that one out. All the knowledge I have about this business and jewelry and gems, and I just can't figure out how that could be here. We are probably waiting patiently for this tanzanite. This is a blue wing block de-asher cut that could not be better. It's even, look at it, it's set perfectly. There's no polishing. Wait, there is. just literally as I said it. There's a big chunk of polishing cloth right in the prong. It happens. I'll try to remove that for you. Tell you what, we're going to show you tanzanite right now. It's our 6 carat 22. It's new right now. 9146 is the item number. Call me on the Paraiba. Here it is. There's the big Asher cut right there. Stunning. And all the red flashes you want in a very high-end designer mounting. That's 112-9146. Welcome into Thursday. We've got 33 minutes. Last call, everybody. 33 minutes, and you got a couple days left to shop 10% off. What can we help you with? What are we going to find for you? Well, this is a 6 carat 22. It's got a carat 10 in diamonds. So once again, bring in the luxury, bring in really what just feels appropriate. I don't think it'd be fair to put 10 points in diamonds with that. It's a 622 Museum Reserve. Let's make it sassy. Let's make it fabulous. Let's bring you a big old value and get you the value of the night in Blue Wing. First one I've had of the whole night. Well, that's going to be like the new reality going forward, except until we have none. That's going to be an issue. I'm seriously so not looking forward to the day when it's November and December and everyone's like in full holiday shopping mode and ready to treat themselves to something. And I'm seeing everyone going, oh, I'm sorry, the Blue Wings are, oh, you haven't heard, they're sold out. Oh, the museum reserves are gone. Everything's gone. It's just, it really is, it's bad timing because here we are saying farewell to them in these summertime months when a lot of people just, you know, take off from home shopping and come back and join us when it's cold and dark outside and it's fall and, you know, it gets dark at 4:45 and everyone's in because the weather's outside is gnarly. So everyone's just turned on the TV a little more. This is your way to get a sensational stone in a beautiful mounting that I told you earlier, it looks better when it's on the hand. So let me show that now. It's got a really nice finishing. That little bit of polishing cloth is really going to bug me, but I don't want to jeopardize the stone here. So I'm going to let the experts do what they do when they got the proper tools. But that is a great look. See how it stacks up to the sides there? It gives you full, what I call the coverage on the hand because you don't have to see the band at all. It's literally bringing the diamonds side to side, so it's just covered with the good stuff. Show me, I know gold's good, but I don't necessarily need to look at a plain gold band when I'd rather probably look at tanzanite and diamonds. Gold's great. You know I'm dedicated to wearing my signet ring pretty much 24/7. I like gold. I like looking at gold, but if I can look at tanzanite and diamonds instead, I'm all for it. This will be, and what did you just pick up there? Because I don't want to recap it. You got it. Thank you so much. So here's the deal, guys. With only a few minutes left, 30 minutes, we're going to do something wild here and bring this one on down and make it, oh gosh, I can't do $11,990. I can't do it. Can't do it, won't do it. It's not going to be $11,999 anymore. I think this calls for a good old-fashioned auction. I'm going to let you make the price. We're going to see what you think, what you say. I can do any gold color you want. So yellow gold or rose gold, they're on the table. You get to decide, but it will not be $10,000 to open. I feel the pressure because you guys are all raving about our values on tanzanite. You know, it gives me a great bit of pride to hear the feedback and to hear y'all talk about, I saw so-and-so selling tanzanite for this price, and I saw so-and-so selling it for this price, and my local store was selling tanzanite for, $3,000 a carat, and it doesn't look as good. It's lighter, it's lavender, it's lilacs, it's pastels. There's no beating or no replicating the Blue Wing Block D. There's nothing better. Take a look at this. It's not 10,000, and yet I'm not doing 3,000 a carat. Can you imagine? 3,000. I mean, good on them. Those people out there that can get I need to know who those people are shopping. We need to find those shoppers and bring them to TVON world. Can you imagine? And you know, they'd probably still look at me and go, well, if I'm spending more, I'm getting more, so no thanks. I can't rely on you giving me $1,000 carat price tag. I'm going to go spend $3,000 a carat. It's got to be better, right? No. Common sense. Use the colors we learned a long time ago. Use that as your guide. If you see richness in bright, deep, saturated colors and neons and all of that, that's what's important. Red flashes, you want those too? You got it. And this is not going to be 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. Oh, 6,000 is 1,000 a carat. But better. with free diamonds at 1.10 carat, lots of gold. We are also, I just want to point out, 50% off the should-be price today. We're going to do better than that, and it's museum reserve, and it's one of our last. So it's a really good time to pick it up. Let's send it on out right now. This is amazing. It's really good. Liz, I'm just going to tell you something, Liz. Liz, I just got, Tony sent me what your comment was about the bridge Paraiba. It's the only one left. Liz, I got to talk to Liz real quick, because that's Liz. We've been talking all day. We've been talking via email. If it's Liz, if it's the same Liz, I know her's Elizabeth, but I'm assuming it's the same gal. It's my middle name, so I know. When I was growing up, people used to call me Lizzie sometimes. I don't know why. Now they call me Blizzy, you know. So here we go. This is, I just want to tell Liz the Paraiba is still available on the bridge. And I believe in meant to be moments, and sometimes that happens. So Liz, if you want to do it, do it. I'm just saying, because that's not going to be here. It will not last the day. If you're thinking about, because we had 3, and the Paraiba in the bridge is the last one available. So the other 2 are gone. The bridge is the last. If you love the bridge, I'm just talking, she loves it, and I'll tell you, it's a beauty of a stone. It's probably the one I would have chosen as well, because I like a lot of diamonds and I like a lot of gold. And the stone could not be more pristine. So call us. Okay, now let's talk. Okay, so we've got this because you have enough tanzanites. Because I know Elizabeth has a number of tanzanites. So I'm just ready to get you this, and I love that she said FOMO, which means fear of missing out. Yes, it does. Yes, don't have that fear of missing out, or the, you know what I always say around here? It's the ROMO. And I'm not talking Tony, because it's the reality of missing out. Around here, the kids always say FOMO, like fear of missing out. They don't want to miss the party or the event or the whatever. It's ROMO around here, because things do sell and then they're gone and then we can't replicate it. So please, the reality of missing out is worse than the fear of missing out. So please call. But this is not going to be 6,000 or 5,000 or 4. It's the end of our night. Let's make it happen. Let's do this. I'll go $3,500 to start the tanzanite, and the bidding will be at $10 increments, and you'll still take 10% off. So that makes it better. And you get to choose your gold and get your size, all done for free too. So yes, please don't ever experience ROMO. Please don't. And maybe that'll become the thing to catch on. We'll all be doing hashtag ROMO on our Instagram pages. I don't know. But who knows? We'll see. Because it's the reality of missing out that's bad. That's the one you got to worry about. When you do miss the event and do miss the piece of jewelry and do miss the opportunity, that's when it gets real scary. And I tell you all the time, nothing haunts you like the things you don't buy. That just makes it for a really long acronym. You know, it's not as catchy. So yeah, but nothing haunts you like the things you don't buy. And I have been, I literally, I always say, if I ever needed to be like an actor and I needed to like cry in a scene, there are literally pieces that I have missed out on. There are literally that could trigger tears within seconds, because it's still so raw. And it's still so hurtful that I missed out on one-of-a-kind opportunities that I'm still kicking myself today. So I never want that to happen around here. Just know that. All right, let's do this. We've got no open here. We have a fire opal pendant to show you next. Don't forget, we have a huge fire opal ring too tonight, but I really want to show you the pendant because it's been a pendant, earring, and bangle kind of night. So we're going to show you 112, 9100, then we're going to probably get into recap time. This, by the way, would be 3150 at checkout, so really nice extra savings there if you are so inclined. And if you're new to Tanzanite, you're not sure, well, you can always go ahead and forego the 10% and get a money-back guarantee. So just something as an option. Now this, oh yeah. Now we're talking about the fire opal. You know, I think a lot of you are probably loving the fact that we have these bright, beautiful reds, but this still has a red-orange property to it, which I think is very nice. It's 1129100 because I personally like seeing a little bit of that orange because it reminds us it is indeed a fire opal. We got rubies for reds. We like to see the orangey red here. It is our Mexican fire opal. 143 is the size. It's set east-west. I'm actually holding it the wrong way just to stabilize it here, because otherwise I got to float it here and move it around. So that's what it'll look like when you pop your favorite chain. But for the moment, so we can just remain up close with it, want to show you this way with 15 points in diamonds and a choice of gold, so yellow, rose, or white. And we'll show it to you lengthwise, on the hand. Also, ooh, it's got pretty details on the inside too. It's got a really nice little basket work, so it's gonna be nice and comfortable on the neckline. Here's the length it's gonna give you as well. It's gonna be our 143, 15 points in diamonds. There's where, oh, still 3/4 of an inch top to bottom. The bail goes right across the top, but it's nice because it's part of the design. So it's not as certain bails can be kind of, they can take away from the overall look and design. That is not the case here. That's just a real subtle part. You see how the bail kind of then expands out and around and creates that halo around your fire opal. And of course, diamonds. Did you notice the 2 diamonds as well that go north and south to the stone? So it's really a great, I love the fiery orangey red element that it has. Let's take a look at those bigger diamonds because they are bezel set. See that close up, top and bottom bezel set diamonds. We'll make this even easier than, okay, I cannot do $19.99, expected to go into the show. 23 minutes left. Let's see if you want to talk to me about that tanzanite, please do. If you need that last Paraiba, that bridge, let me know. There are 2 people talking about, oh, are you, 3 people now, okay. 3 people talking about the Paraiba and the bridge at this point. So that will go. And here's the fire opal. And it will not be $9.99. There's your half off. It won't be $888. I simply cannot do $777 and expect to create the frenzy I'm going for with 22 minutes left in the show. I will not ask for $777. It's time, everybody. $699, $629 at checkout. Any gold you want, any bit of it. You can choose. I love it in the yellow. I think that looks gorgeous. If you want it in the white gold, that'd really show off the diamonds nicely, kind of let that stark contrast be the star with the orangey reds of the opal. It is on the neckline, so you never need to worry about it. It's a little softer stone, so you gotta be cautious with your opals, lightning ridge, crystal, or fire. Okay, all of those, you gotta be a little more careful. The pendant, you don't need to worry. You do not need to worry about a pendant. A pendant is safe. A pendant is really safe. So, $629, and we're busy on the lines. And I hope that it's for 2 things. The Paraiba, which is still verifying 3 colors. We've got the pendant here, and $629 at checkout. If you need to see the massive 8-carat-15 fire opal that looks even larger, we have it. We have a Sapphire with pink and white diamonds. We have a few recaps to do, including the big bracelet. There was a diamond bracelet here with over 3 carats in diamonds that was under $3,000. Doesn't happen. So lots and lots and lots and lots. Yeah, fire opal, verifying on the fire opal, $629 at checkout. White, yellow rose. Busy on the phone lines, bear with us. Don't have a lot of operators tonight. So your patience is appreciated as always. And then I'm gonna recap the Paraiba. I'm sure am. I gotta recap that oval. We're not gonna leave it here. Oh, we've got another request here. Thank you. Heart shape. Oh, it's from last night. You got it. Who's this for, Andy? You got it. Yellow diamond heart shape coming up next. 112-6903. Coming your way right now. We can always go back to that fire opal if you need it, but just showing you now. The heart-shaped yellow diamond that was here last night, making an appearance. Then we will recap our oval Paraiba in the bridge, the last one here tonight. Here is the 101, because everything else is gone, including the pear shape. So only one left of what I've shown you in Paraibas tonight. And so we will recap that because that's got to go in the 19 minutes we have left. Let me refocus our camera lens here, because as we zoom in and out, do need to do a little bit of my, my studio work. Good thing I learned all that in college. Learned how to shoot and edit and do camera work and, you know, learned every facet of the TV business. So here we go. And then ironically, and ended up in a career that you don't need a college degree for, but it's okay. It's okay. Here we go, 6903. And yeah, tuition was just a few dollars, you know, just a little bit, you know. Here we go with our 101 yellow diamond VS stone and 120. Yes, lots of diamond weight on the sides. That's a 2-carat-21 total weight. It feels so fresh compared to, I mean, all the yellow diamonds we do are beautiful. They're lovely. We do the halos and the bridges and all those kind of great looks, but to get a heart shape is obviously so rare. And to have it set atop that band, it looks like it may already be gone. Did they see the inside under gallery too? Because it's all hearts. It's all love everywhere you look. So that one I'll just try on the hand. It's already spoken for. It was $29.99 and it was here yesterday. So we got to look at it. We're just giving it a brief little recap here tonight. And there it is from the sides. And you know, speaking of recaps, we will show you. I've had 4 Paraibas this evening. 1 is left of the 4. We're going to go back to it, show it again. For those of you, and there are many who are really thinking about it quite seriously here, well, you've got about 18 minutes left. And it's a lovely, lovely piece here. So this one's going to be our oval stone. Just had to polish that up a bit. It's our oval stone. It's a big size, carat 32. And you know what? I'm going to put this out there. I happen to have, I know we've only shown ovals tonight in the bigger stones. If there is anybody out there who would like a Paraiba that is not an oval in this size, let me know. If you are someone who, if you're just putting it out, if you're averse to the ovals, I do have a pear shape that is an even larger size. Let me just show that very quickly. So this one we know pretty well. It's $76.36. We had it a few minutes ago for $79.99. There is a bigger stone. It's a pear shape. Doesn't have as much diamond weight, but it's 18 karat gold. I realized there's a lot of, we've only shown ovals in the big stones. I do have one here. It's a larger stone. Look at that. Oh my. Very, very pretty stone here. That's a pair. Just going to put it out there. It's a one only as well, of course. It's $46.76. Let me just say, if you like it, I'm going to honor the price. This one is the closest to 1.5 carats of everything we've shown tonight. It's a 147. It's item number 4676. It's 18 karat solid white gold. 42 points, but there are tapered baguettes and rounds together. This feels a little bit like our Wonder Ring, doesn't it? With the point on one side. So sure, you could pair it up as well if you want to, but this one, same price, $79.99. Just doing it, it only seems fair. It's got a little more carat weight on the center, a little lesser on the diamond weight, but something that I'm always trying to get a piece for everyone. It's always a priority of mine, is try and make sure that there's as much in the way of options as possible, even when it comes to something as rare as these Paraibas are. So $79.99, and then I'm going to do a couple recaps because there are some very important pieces that need to be shown that I got excited and I showed them like 2 minutes into the show when we know that not everybody has gathered at 5 o'clock Pacific. So let me remind you that we did have some gorgeous coral earrings earlier. I'm just going to flash these in. So this is going to be the coral drop earring with this lever back style, and they're very large coral. It's going to be out number 118-112-0118, that is. And those are very large coral rounds. They're actually round, we'll call them beads, even though they're really large. They're 11 millimeters, so think of what that translates to in a pearl. Now you've got solid Mediterranean coral. They are white gold, fluted style in the front there of your lever back, and they stay in white gold, but they're only $299. So I figure that's probably only here because it's what started our show, and maybe you weren't here. So $299 with $30 off, yeah. $269 instead. So even better value. Let me know what you'd like to see before we go. We're wrapping up this show in 15 minutes. So it comes down to this. You've got to let me know if there's anything from this evening that you are considering. Look, we just had a request come out that was from last evening. And if you have anything from the entire inventory, it's worth having us double check, and let's see if it's still here for you, okay? So $299, what? $299 for coral. And I know there's no carat weight because they're opaque stones. Very rarely are they described in a carat weight, but that is going to be, I would estimate it to be about 10 carats. Figure about 5 carats in each ear there. Very important. I think they're gone. Okay, what else can we recap? I have the aquamarines. I had 3 aquamarines. Again, I got excited. I showed them early. I've got aquas. I've got tourmaline. We've got a little bit of everything. I'm going to show you the Congolese that is so impressive. And then those earrings, I think, are gone. I would certainly hope so. And they're about a little over an inch in length. Now look at this Congolese stone. This is the Congolese emerald cut blue-green here. Well, well, well. That's going to be, and I just love seeing it upright, face up, so you can see those gorgeous colors. Let me know who's got the coral. I guess they are still here. My goodness. Here is 112-5837. That's our blue-green 612 emerald cut. That is surrounded in a halo of diamonds. It's going to give you 50 points there, and it is $1,999 with $200 extra. Look at that. Yes. Coral earrings are gone. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Just a matter of what do we need to see before we go. Still have the oval Paraiba in the bridge. Let me show this on because it's $17.99. Let's not forget about that $200 extra you're going to take off of that price tag as well. It's the look of a Paraiba, but from the Congo. Don't have the official testing results back because there hasn't been enough mind to put it out into the world of chemical testing where they're going to figure out what are the elements that made it that color. If we find out that there's a new find of Congolese that ends up being Paraiba, well then good. You got a stone that I should have sold for 100 grand, but instead it was $17.99. And then there are the aquas. There have been 3 aquas tonight: a heart shape, a round, and an emerald cut. I truly believe that not everybody saw these because I believe that if they were seen by a wide audience, then they'd already be gone. There's the heart shape. It's over 8 carats. I have a round coming up. This is a 2 carat plus. There's the round, and there's the emerald cut. Feels like a solitaire, but there are diamonds on the sides. And any one of those you'd like, well, they're very affordable. They've all been marked down. The heart shape is incredible and brand new. The other 2, well, actually the round is new as well. And this is your chance. It's an 8 carat 32 on the heart shape with 96 points in diamonds. You have an incredible emerald cut on the left side. That's going to be our 198 and 18 karat gold. And then you've got a 218 round in the middle with 58 points in diamonds. So a big old value no matter which way you want to go here. You simply let me know. All of the best blues, but it goes to show you, I always talk about the color of the stone is the look, the cutting is the soul. Who we are is not just simply made up by what we look like. It's the least important of what a human being is. It's about our heart, our head, our personality, and our soul. Looks are just looks, and they're fleeting anyway, so who the heck cares? This is a really stunning show of cuts. How do you take the same material from the same rough, which came from the best source in the world for aquas, Sierra Santa Maria, Brazil? That's the mine, that's the location, and then you get the difference, the cutting. Emerald cuts look different than rounds. Rounds look different than hearts. Look at how that looks. So you really see the differences there. And it's going to be, I don't have a single price for all 3 because they're vastly different, but I do have this one at $44.99. And I did bring the round well under $2,000. The round is only $16.99. And this is the most affordable option, the emerald cut, perched up top in a basket with diamonds on the sides. That one is $12.99. So 3 different options, 3 different price tags. I have to leave them all in the white gold except for the center. The round is the one you can change if you prefer yellow gold or rose. We can change that up for you with pleasure. So that will be it, guys. And a last call on a trio of Brazilian stones. Some of our most fabulous Brazilian stones with some very elite high-end cuts to them as well. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show in 10 minutes. If there's anything else you want to see before we go, most of it's gone, but I do have that pink lynx. I'm going to show you that pendant coming up. We have the diamond bracelet is really remarkable. I think that's probably out of what's left and available besides the Paraiba. We have this incredible 303 diamond bracelet. It's over 7 inches, so it gives you that much more gold. Not even what we typically see. It looks like this. It's got this great designer floral, and it's got one little cutout in the middle of every one of those. It's not a flower per se. It's got a little more of that clover meets a flower. So $12.99, $16.99, and $44.99. I tell you, you guys are shocking me tonight. This heart shape for $4,499 with the size of the diamonds around it. Wait a minute. This just can't just go to the wayside and melt down tomorrow. That's not what can happen here. That stone, item number, because it's really tough to see without graphics. So 112.91.69, 832, 96 points. There are only 6 diamonds in the piece. So on average, they're 16 points. We can all see the larger ones are right next to the sides there. They taper down a bit. That is another $450 off that price as well. So you're getting it for just a smidge over $4,000 for an incredible, incredible heart-shaped stone. It is one of our best. Okay, so that's what I just had to say my piece on that because that is really an impressive heart shape. Here's what it looks like on the hand as well, just to really get a sense of, so many people have said over the years, and I get so perturbed by it, because, you know, it's like, oh, that's just the TV that makes it look so dark. No, 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 no. There's a reason why everyone else's look pale and see-through and clear and colorless, and why ours look like a bright sky blue. It has everything to do with these three words: Sierra, Santa, Maria. Those three words is what delivers that punch, what packs that dynamic, blue, gorgeous punch you're seeing. That's what does it. That's what we're not used to. I get it. Nobody else has got it except outside of like an auction house or an estate sale here and there. You usually have to go back to jewelry that was made 20, 30 years ago, because that's when the mine was producing and active. So it's really tough to find, and I'm not one to say, go buy used jewelry. I mean, if you like it and it's okay, go ahead. Like, I'm going to stop you. Do what you want. Buy what you want. Shop for what you want. Whatever you like, that's what you should have. But to get something, and that's why it's just tough. If you're seeing new jewelry, you go to a store and you're shopping new, you're not going to see it. And you can't fault the designers or the stores. They're not to blame. You just haven't been able to get this material out of the mine. The mine's been closed for a long time. It's been nearly 20 years it's been closed. So there's not a lot of options to get it. And now to get it and say, because it's from our own private collection, so you don't need to rely on, did we just get it from somebody else who had it and we paid enormous? No, you can't make it $4,000 at checkout or right thereabout and expect to see that price that was just purchased recently. This is how you make a value happen. All right, so that's with our sale. Going to be a little over $4,000 on that one. Just wanted to highlight that for you. And we have this gorgeous bracelet, which I'm going to show you here on the wrist first. It's a little over 7 inches, so it's going to fit even if you like a little more drape, if you have an average size wrist and you like a little more drape, or you just are more comfortable in a little bit longer than 7 inches. Here you go. This one's going to be 111-4660, and it's our 303 diamond bracelet, and it's all diamonds. It kind of gives like the tennis bracelet feel, but with more personality, because tennis bracelets are wonderful. They're classic. I don't know, they embody classic when it comes to jewelry. But this, tennis in the sense that it's all the same design side to side, and it's all white diamond side to side, but it's got the interest of being these big clover-like details. Every one of those clovers, from the largest one in the center as they graduate down the sides, they all are made up and comprised of 4 individual diamonds. So you've got bigger diamonds. We'll go up close. We'll show it to you here. You can see how gorgeous it is from that up close standpoint, so you can really see, yes, VS quality, of course, all those bigger important diamonds you have throughout, and it's our 3 carat 03 total weight, 7+ in that length. And we're going to make this one really easy right now. I still am baffled. I wouldn't recap it if I wasn't really proud of this value and this price tag. This is the moment to get it. Let's make it yours. One only stays in the white gold, a little bit over 7 inches, gives you some extra room, and we'll make this one $29.99 with $300 extra off too. So that is a savings plus, plus, plus. Big value, big moment, great designer style. We'll probably end with our Paraiba oval, which is still verifying. We're still working on that oval in the bridge. I got a great deal on that Sapphire I flashed earlier. We'll bring that out. It's got pink and white diamonds with it. This will be $300 off, so $2,699 for that bracelet. It is a link style, every single link. I know it just looks like flower versus flower. It's all hinged with the inside. So where these different clovers meet, that's where it's hinged. So I was pointing out earlier how fluid. This is not a stiff, stationary, rigid style. It's got great fluidity and movement so that it doesn't catch or pinch on your skin when you wear it. I have worn a number, I have literal scars from bracelets that have just, they have not been made well. And when they're not made well, it just does not work. Okay, so here we go, verifying who's got the bracelet. Let me know. If it's gone, it's gone. Nothing I can do except, oh, I don't even have another bracelet like that. I don't even have our tennis bracelets. They're all sold out too. I mean, it's just, this is a moment. It is a big moment. And then I'll show you our pink links pendant. Well, I can't say our, I'll say my. Okay, so the bracelet's gone. All right, bracelet's gone. See, this just shows we got a lot of people that tune in last hour only. Well, welcome in. We're just about to wrap up our show here in about 4 minutes. This is item number 1112621. Bracelet is gone. Thank you so much. Here we go with our links in pinks. I love it. Triple link pendant, gold and white and rose together. Lots of pink pave. It is just gorgeous. And it's going to be signed by yours truly at the top. Do you see my signature there? First it says G14K. And then that little cursive says Lauren B. So there it is. That's what it's going to look like. And we're going to do this one right now for $14.99. End of the show special with the 81 points and diamonds. Just had to recap that. Obviously, there was a whole beautiful suite that went along with this. That's our last left of the limited edition pink links in the curved link style. I'll show it to you again on the hand and on the neckline. So pretty. And you know, even if you don't have the other pieces of the pink links collection, if you have instead our white diamond version, this still, it's the same chunky size and scale of the curb link, just with pinks instead of white. So there's nothing that says, because I know how many thousands of you own the white diamond links collection in the rings, in the earrings, in the pendants, in the bracelets. This would go with as well. So it's not like you need to have everything match head to toe. You could get this to match your Lolo's links, your little Lolo, your Lauren's links, whatever the ring it is that you have. If you love it, you can wear the pink. I mean, who says pink diamonds don't go with white diamonds? They all work together beautifully. And you can see our countdown clock. We're counting down the last 2 minutes 40 of the show. So you can let me know if there's anything you want to see real quick. We still have some time to work with here. It's counting down, but we got time. So I can bring up whatever you need to see, assuming it's still available. We can bring it to you and we can wow you with the value. But we have 2.5 minutes. I do see you tomorrow. Yes. The what? Oh, yeah? Congratulations. They don't need to see it again, right? They just picked it. All right. Thank you so much. Who was shopping that beautiful piece from earlier? Thanks, Richard. Thank you. Andy, who was shopping with you? Thank you, Miriam. Joanne, who's shopping over there with you? We got an influx of shoppers here at the end of the night tonight. And don't forget, tomorrow, as all of our weeknights, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. Who was that? Hi, Linda. Thank you. We always start at 5 p.m. Pacific on our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights. All of our evening shows, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, start at 5 Pacific, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So tomorrow being Friday, it's a special show. We call it Club TVON because we kick off the weekend together. Then we are with you on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 1. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific. That is 1 to 4 Eastern time. So yes, 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 we do have a big party weekend ahead. This is only really our Tuesday. So we got our big Friday night, not to confuse anybody, but yeah, we got our Friday night party tomorrow at 5. We've got our big weekend shows. We're going to see some big diamond earring debuts this weekend. So if you love diamonds and you love earrings, be with us all weekend long. Our Saturday and Sunday is going to be amazing. And by the way, $150 off this makes it $1,300. $49 for the pink links. I'm going to flash this Sapphire real quick just because I want to get this in. 1120473. Here's the Sapphire. Pink diamonds, white diamonds. End of the show, 1 minute special. Let's just blow it out. We've got 65 seconds to go. I'm going to make this one. Okay, we got to do this. 1777 first caller. That's it. And not really, because you're getting it for so much less. It'll be $15.99 at checkout for a Sapphire pink diamonds and white diamond double halo. The Sapphire is huge. It's a carat 63. So, and don't forget about the oval Paraiba. I'll try to give that a look before we go. I just really wanted you to see the Sapphire. And don't forget, we got about 40 seconds remaining. This is the only Paraiba I have shown you tonight that is still available. The big 1 carat 32 oval in the bridge mounting. That is $79.99. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Don't forget, we do the same thing, but with new jewelry, different jewelry tomorrow night. So be with us at 5 o'clock. The weekend kicks off. We'd love to do it together. So we got a big weekend party kicking off. It is tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. That's 5 Pacific, 7 Central, and of course 8 p.m. Eastern. I will see you then. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much. I'm Lauren Blair. We hope to see you tomorrow night and all weekend long.